Graduated from Rowan University in the spring of 2022 with a sports communication and media degree. I got to actually call minor league baseball and G League basketball games while I was in school. And then I graduated, and as soon as I graduated, I went to NFL Films in Mount Laurel, New Jersey. And as much as I loved that experience, I miss putting on the headsets. I decided, you know what, talk is cheap. I have a laptop that's in my house, and so 21 months later, here we are, still on YouTube, calling games and building an incredible, loving community on here with the people that I call my Philly freaks with a capital P and a capital H. We go live for every single Phillies, Sixers, and Eagles game, and we do it like old school radio play-by-play style. I'm Jason Joseph, and this is Play-by-Play with JJ.
Shota swung on, barreled out to right field. Bye-bye baseball.
That baby is long gone.
A little bit of streaming problems, but we are underway. 2-0 Philadelphia as the Sixers are able to strike first. All right, it's a 2-0 game. Here comes VJ Edgecombe. That's up, and that one is good as well. So it's a 4-0 start for the Philadelphia 76ers. White for a three, not that time. And Derek White not able to cash that one on in. So we've played about a minute so far in this first quarter, and we have a foul called. All right, so let's make sure that we get our window captures up and running right now as we speak. Yes, sir. Hello, everybody. Thank you all so much for tuning on in. I really appreciate it. Shelly, once again, thank you so much for becoming a member. I really appreciate that very much. Okay, so let's do this. So this is, we got this up. We are going to take this off, right? We're going to get this off here. All right, so it's a 4-0 76ers start. We'll make sure that we change our screens in just a little bit. Here's White over at the left side of the elbow. Gives it back, and there's a three-point shot that's up, and it's no good. And Embiid comes away with the rebound. Joel Embiid with a big rebound for the Philadelphia 76ers. Embiid with 2 points and also 2 rebounds and assist as well. Here's George going down the lane, throwing it down, and it's good. It's a 6-0 start for the Philadelphia 76ers. Ball's going to go on out of bounds, and it'll be Sixers ball. Sixers in their white and blue uniforms, and the Celtics are in their green and white unis as well. Paul George, Joel Embiid, Kelly Oubre Jr., Tyrese Maxey, and VJ Edgecombe are out there for Philadelphia. And then you got Luka Garza, Derek White, Jaylen Brown, Ron Harper Jr., and Baylor Shireman all out there for the Boston Celtics. No Jason Tatum tonight. Jason Tatum is not playing for the Boston Celtics. Embiid with a bounce pass that goes to Edgecombe. Now it's over to George. George throws it away. It's supposed to go over to Kelly Oubre Jr. And it's White again on a fast break pass that goes over to Brown. Brown blocked by George. It's up, and it was good by Paul George. He got the block on. Let's go. Sixers turn it over, though, over on the other side. And there's a foul that's called as well. Paul George already showing up for Game 7. Let's go. All right, so final score predictions. Let me know down below. Let me know what the final score predictions are down below. We were having some technical difficulties, and we are up, and we are good to go. Thank goodness. That got a little bit scary. Derek White's going to get it over at the Celtics logo, and I'll bounce pass it over to Jaylen Brown, and Brown's going to get called for an offensive foul. It'll be Philadelphia basketball, and once again, Sixers have momentum. 9:35 left to go in this first quarter. 2 turnovers from each team so far. Tyrese Maxey at the Sixers logo. Looking to try to pass it to somebody or work around the screen. He'll kick it out to Edgecombe for a 3. And VJ Edgecombe cans the tray. 9-0 Philadelphia so far. Derek White over on the other side. Bounce passes it over to Baylor Shireman. And it's Luka Garza ready to pass it over to White again. again, and Shireman looks a little bit lost out there. Boston's offense has not looked good so far, to say the least. White for three. It's up. It's in. Somehow, some way, he knocked it down with Paul George putting a hand in his face. Embiid with a behind-the-back bounce pass to Maxey for a three. If that would have went down, that would have been an absolutely insane assist by Joel Embiid. Brown gets the rebound. A three by Boston. Not that time. Oubre rebound. Here is Embiid with a poke to Maxey. And Tyrese Maxey lays it up and lays it on in. It's an 11-3 start for Philadelphia as they lead it by 8. Thank you all again so much for tuning on in. B Blazin is here. What's going on? What's up, Morty? How you doing? We'll get our visual stuff up once we are in a break. Oubre for three for Philadelphia. Fires. No, not that time. And White comes away with another rebound. Paul George has 2. Joel Embiid has 2. Edgecombe has 5. And Maxey has 2 as well. And we have a whistle called over on the other side. The Sixers are called for a foul. 11-3 Philadelphia. What a start by the 76ers. They've been playing very physical. They have a very intense defense that's just really, I mean the best way that I can describe it is they just look like that they are just dogs out there with the way that they are playing. They have been playing a physical, sort of like a football brand of basketball, just getting all over and being able to read all those blitzes and just making it so hard for Boston to score. White first foul shot, no good. He flicks the basketball after he missed it, and that was no good. Joel Embiid went on over to the Celtics bench as he was trying to get the ball, and I think that he was arguing with one of the people that was over towards the court for Boston. I don't know if that was an assistant coach or what, but he was trying to get the ball back. Derek White's second foul shot is up, and it's good. Let's go. 11-4, 76ers lead it by 7. 7:55 to go in quarter number 1. Can the 76ers get some more buckets? Well, they're not going to be able to do so this time because Tyrese Maxey just got called for an offensive foul. As soon as he got the ball, he took it right on over towards the logo and was supposed to hand it off over to George, but he got called for an illegal screen as Shireman tried to fight through him, and Shireman just went down and landed flat on his back. So that's not a good turnover there from Philadelphia. 7 minutes and 49 seconds to go. And Boston inbounds the ball. They lost it. It'll be Sixers basketball. Garza lost control of the ball, could not hang on to it. Sixers have a possession. Embiid hands it off to Maxey. Maxey, a backdoor cut to the basket by Oubre, and he slams it on home. He had eyes behind his back. Tyrese Maxey dropping dimes left and right. Pritchard over on the left side of the corner looking to try to take it past Kelly Oubre Jr. Some wizardry, some absolute madness, and he's able to lay it up and lay it on in somehow, some way. Embiid on the other side puts up a shot. They'll say it's a foul on the floor. The ball didn't even go on in anyways, and the Philadelphia 76ers are going to gain possession again. Luka Garza got called for the personal foul. 7:12 to go in this first quarter of play. The 76ers out-rebounding the Celtics 6-3. They're out-assisting the Boston Celtics 6-1. And they've also done a really good job shooting the basketball from the field. They've made 60% of their field goals so far. George inbounds it, hands it off over to Embiid. Embiid back to George, inside, outside. Embiid trying to take on Shireman. Who's going to stop him now? Double team comes. He'll swing it over to Oubre. One more to Edgecombe. A top of the key three. Not that time. Embiid fighting for the offensive rebound. It's poked, and it goes into Shireman's hands. Shireman fumbled it. Brown, did he lose it? Oh, I think he did. Tough angle there that was shown to us over on this side. Nick Nurse is going to challenge. They said it was Boston ball. I thought it was last touch by Jaylen Brown, and Nick Nurse wants to challenge this. He wants to challenge this. He's out there on the court. He's talking things over with one of the referees. He tried to get a challenge off. Let's see again. Looking at the replay, Embiid poked it, and then George tried to come up with the basketball over on the baseline. Shireman lost it, and then George dove for the loose ball, and Jaylen Brown, I think it went off of his fingers. I do. And we have a timeout taken. What a game so far. Let's go. We got 50 people watching. My name is Jason Joseph, and this is Play-by-Play with JJ. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and turn on the bell icons. Okay, all right, so let's get our window captures up and running right now. Drop a 1 if you're here in the chat. Let's go. I've been waiting all day for this, man. I've been waiting all day for Game 7. Gosh. All right, let's get our window captures up and running. MVPs of the game. Who's your MVP? Who is your MVP today? Let me know down below. Let's go. Hit the thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel as well, turn on the bell icons too, folks, and that way you will know when we do go live. Yes, sir. Good stuff. Good stuff. There's the ones. There we are. What's going on, Eagle Deeds? What is going on? I apologize again about the technical difficulties. I had to shut everything down, and then I also was making some dinner, and thought that I'd get it done in time. That part also was not so good on my end as well. But it is what it is. Are the Sixers going to win this challenge? Will they win this challenge? All right, so let's do this window capture. This one, yeah. Okay, good stuff. I think this is what we want. Yeah, something like this. Final score predictions, comment them down below. Once again, thank you all so much for tuning on in. My name is Jason Joseph, and this, of course, is Play-by-Play with JJ. You recover faster like a boss? Absolutely. What a start by this Philadelphia 76ers team. They look like that they are playing like a championship level of a team right now with the way that they've come out firing out of the gates. The defense picked up right where it left off in the last game. The intensity, they're playing with a lot of physicality, and they've been just so, just not giving any Boston players any sort of space to shoot. There was one shot that I saw Derek White hit off of Paul George's defense, and I'm like, you could not guard that any better. But somehow Derek White hit it. That was just a ridiculous shot. But regardless, 13-6, the call's overturned. Sixers ball! Edgecombe gets the inbound pass, and he's going to lay it up and lay it on in for Philadelphia. 15-6, 76ers are up by 9 points. Sixers won their challenge there. And also just fighting for the loose ball on the ground, too, from Paul George. He has just been unbelievable. Sixers get a rebound. Bad shot by Pritchard. Maxey comes up with it. Philadelphia going from left to right. They give it to Embiid. Joel Embiid over at the nail. Double team comes. He finds Oubre. Backdoor. And he slams it on in. 17-6, and the Sixers lead it by 11 points. I just love the play calling that Nick Nurse has provided so far in this game. Here's Garza for a three. That's way too strong. Embiid comes away with another rebound. That's his third rebound already. And now 4 dimes as he gives it over to Oubre for a two. A reverse layup will not fall, and that's going to cause this. It's going to be a Sixers. The Celtics are going to have possession of the basketball. Oubre tried to cut underneath the basket, and he just was trying to go downhill and try to hit a reverse layup, and he couldn't get it on in. It hit the bottom of the rim. That was too bad. Nehemiah Skata right now is going to come back on in. Morty says, who is this team? I have not seen this team play like this all season long. This is a brand new Sixers team, and I love it. Kada with the screen, provided over to Peyton Pritchard on the left side of the elbow. Sixers playing defense, White for three, and he still made it. They're scrambling around, they're rotating on their guys. It's just insane. It is absolutely wild. And it's so hard to process, too. 17-9, 5:15 to go in the first quarter. Maxey, pick and roll to Embiid, foul line J, automatic, it's good. 19-9, Joel Embiid, 4 points, 4 assists, and 3 rebounds as he lures the defense and continues to do so. Brown with a step back J, and he makes the foul line jumper, and the Sixers lead it by 8 points with 4:53 left in this first quarter. Here's Maxey over to Oubre. Oubre, a corner three. In and out it goes, and Pritchard corrals the miss. And he gives an outlet pass to Jaylen Brown. Brown for a two, and Maxey gets called for a foul, and Boston starting to go on a little bit of a run themselves. And we'll have some foul shots coming on up. Jaylen Brown so far, 2 points. He's 1 for 4 shooting wise from the field. In his last game that he played against the Sixers, he had 18 points, and he was 2 for 6 from beyond the arc and shot 41%. In this series so far, he is averaging 24.5 points per game. That's about 4 points under his regular season average. And so the first foul shot is up, and it's good by Jaylen Brown. Brown went to California College, obviously known for his athleticism, was taken as the 3rd overall pick of the 2016 draft. 19-12, Sam Hauser will come on in and play for Baylor Shireman. Quentin Grimes will also enter in for Paul George, as the Sixers have Edgecombe, Maxey, Grimes, Oubre, and Embiid out there. And the Sixers decide to play a little bit more of a small guard lineup. How dare they start Garza on Joel? Dude, it's like unbelievable. It's insane. 19-12, Boston with another free throw. Jaylen Brown puts it up and swishes it from 15 feet. And Tatum clapping along over on the sideline. 19-13. The Celtics are 32-0 and leading a series 3-1. Sixers are 0-18 when trailing a series 3-1. Embiid with a three, and he can't make it that time. It hit the back of the rim, and Boston corrals another rebound. Jaylen Brown over on the baseline, steps back, puts up a two. That's no good. The ball stripped, and Derek White comes away with the offensive rebound for Boston. It went into the hand of Oubre. He could not hang on to it, and Derek White gets a screen by Kada, puts up a three, but an offensive foul is called on the Celtics. Kada gets called for a moving screen, and Joe Mazzulla not happy about that call either. 4:03 to go in this first quarter of play. The Sixers have 19 points, and they lead it by 6. Kada already in the series averaging about 4 fouls per game. Embiid draws a double team. Who's open? Embiid decides to take it himself, and he throws one in his bag of tricks up and on in. Over from the near side of the baseline. A center hitting a spin-around, turn-around jumper with 2 guys on him. Who does that? Joel Embiid does. Edgecombe gets the outlet pass on the great steal by Maxey. And Maxey finds Edgecombe, and Edgecombe lays it on into. 23-13. How about 18 points in the paint for the Sixers, just 2 for Boston as they continue to live and die by the 3. Jaylen Brown, though, slams it on home, and it's back to an 8-point game. He has 6 points. He's 2 for 6 from the field. Maxey on the pick and roll. Tries to float it up inside with 2 defenders on him, and he got it. Somehow, someway, Tyrese Maxey able to hit a teardrop with 2 guys on him. I thought he was going to loft it over to Embiid, but he was like, nope, I'm just going to take it myself, and it worked out well. White for a three for Boston. That's way too strong. And Oubre there at the right time to corral another rebound. And an outlet pass to VJ Edgecombe. Embiid's hustling downhill over on the baseline for the Philadelphia as Cada is on him. And the ball is stripped and it goes on out of bounds. Sixers will call for time with 2:38 left to go in quarter number 1 of Game 7. Let's go. Got to clamp Joel down low. Easy buckets, and he's drawing fouls. Easy with the threes. Let's go. I got to change the emotes. I will do that right now as we speak as well. Where are we tapping on in from tonight, chat? Where are we tapping on in from? Let me know. My gosh. The stream is buried deep. It's not easy to find. It is what it is, man. It is what it is. We're doing our job. We're trying to take care of business. All right, so let me get my emotes up and running. Okay. So we got Maxey. We got Embiid. Let's get... that's not what I wanted. Nope. That's not what I wanted at all. Oh, yes, it was what I wanted. Too bad. I gotta find it again. Let's go. JJ, how do I talk to females? Tell them to come subscribe to Play by Play with JJ. No, I honestly can't answer that. I'm not so good at talking to the ladies myself, but it is what it is. Yes, Sirski is here. What's up, yes, Sirski? Yes, sir. Oh, it's so good to see you, my friend. Folks, if you are new to my channel, don't forget to like and don't forget to subscribe as well. I'm trying to multitask and do 3 different things at once. We're updating our emojis right now. We just got 2 updated, so you got to refresh the page. If you want to wait a couple more seconds, you most certainly can. I got Embiid, I got Maxey, I got VJ. Where's Paul George? Where's Paul George? I got to find PG over here. Okay. Once again, we had some technical difficulties, but we are good to go. So we got off to a little bit of a late start, and also I had to take care of some things as well. I was making some dinner for myself, was rushing a little bit for time. It is what it is. I'm really happy that we're here. That's all that matters. PG8, okay. So we got some more emojis. We'll continue to update them as we go, but we got 3 more emotes here. Yes, sir. Yes. T-Max should triple-double. T-Max. Who's T-Max? Oh, VJ? VJ Max? I don't know. I don't know who T-Max is. Who are the MVPs for tonight? We are 21 subscribers away from getting to 9,900 subscribers. Let's go. Tell your friends, tell your family members. Tyrese Maxey. Oh, got you. Sorry, I'm thinking about T-Mac. I'm thinking of Tracy McGrady. I'm sorry. My mind's a little bit all over the place. We got Joel Embiid as the MVP. Sixers, all right, are going to inbound the basketball. They'll get it over towards the big fella. The big fella gives it back to Paul George for 3, and he cans it right straight on. Paul George with a 3, and Embiid with another assist as well. Let's go. All right, 28-15. Philadelphia up by 13 points with 2:20 to go in quarter number 1. Pritchard with the right hand. Zips it outside to Hauser. 1 more. 2. Walsh for a tray. And that one's no good. Brown fights for it. It slips out of his hands. Edgecombe comes up with it for Philadelphia. 2 minutes and 3 seconds to go in quarter number 1. Edgecombe on the left side of the elbow. Gives it over to Embiid, a foul line J, and he makes it again. They were just a little bit late. They could not stop Joel, and the Sixers lead it by 15 points with 1:45 remaining in the first. Walsh nearly lost the ball, gives it back to Jaylen Brown. Sixers trying to move on to the next round and play the Knicks. Brown, elbow J, connects. Jaylen Brown is just so good at shooting the ball. Even when the Boston Celtics didn't have Jason Tatum this year, he was fourth in all of basketball in points per game, and you could argue and say that he was the best player in the Eastern Conference. George tried to hand it off to somebody, but there were three Celtics players on him. One of them got the steal. Walsh with the tray. Embiid boxes out and gets the rebound. An outlet pass that goes to Paul George. What a football pass that was by Joel Embiid. He should be a quarterback. George step back for a two, and that one's a little bit off the mark over towards the right side, and Boston corrals it again. 53 seconds left to go in the first quarter of play. Brown hands it off to Pritchard. Boston's five is Jaylen Brown, Peyton Pritchard, Nehemiah Skata, Sam Hauser, and Jordan Walsh. Pick and roll offense and an alley-oop jam by Kata. Off the dime by Peyton Pritchard. He's a playmaker, he's a shooter, and he's a very good basketball player. 30-19, 33 seconds to go. The Sixers have George, Embiid, Edgecombe, Grimes, and Oubre out there as their five. Edgecombe has the rock. Embiid sets a pick for him. Edgecombe back to Embiid. Another free throw line, Jay, and it was up and it was good. It hit off the backboard. No foul was called. Joel with 8 points. And so the Sixers play defense as the shot clock is unplugged, and we have a foul called. It'll be on Philadelphia. Look at the Philadelphia 76ers and Joel Embiid just playing at an MVP level so far in this game. 32-19, and Pritchard gets the inbound pass for the Boston Celtics. Grimes gets a switch, and now it's Paul George who's trying to clamp down Peyton Pritchard. He lost the ball. The Sixers pick it up, but we have another, actually time expired. I thought maybe there was going to be a foul called at the very end, but Boston couldn't get anything up and going, and the Sixers defense holds Boston to 19 points as we go into quarter number 2. How about that first quarter from the Philadelphia 76ers? Letter grades for the first quarter down below. Please let me know. I'm going with an A. I got some orange juice right here. I'm going with an A for that first quarter. Joel already on triple-double watch. 10 points, 5 assists, 4 rebounds. We need 21 more subscribers to get us to 9,900. Oh, Gluffy, I am shocked that they did not call an and one there. He got fouled, he got pushed, he got shoved, and yet he still made the shot and just banked it on in. That's what playoff defense should look like. I will tell you this. I have never seen defensive physicality like this from the Philadelphia 76ers ever. I really have not. With the defense that they played in Game 6, I've been watching the 76ers for how many years now? It's been 15 years. I've never seen this type of a defense that the Philadelphia 76ers have provided. The way that they just absolutely clamped down Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown in the last game. VJ Edgecombe and Paul George were playing like all first-team defensive players. And Joel Embiid was rim protecting. He was boxing out. Like, seriously, the best defense I've ever seen from a 76ers team so far. And again, I've been watching for 16 years, and there have been some bad defenses that we've seen. So it's pretty crazy. Sounds like an ace, Eagle Deeds. It's been pretty good, but let me know what you guys think so far. VJ, PG, Sneaky, T-Max, stealing more than any players in the league. The 76ers defense has held Boston to 19 points. Boston is 2 for 12 from 3. The Sixers are out-rebounding the Celtics 12-7. They're out-assisting Boston 13-4. And the turnovers, 4 turnovers for Boston. The Sixers have put up 7 points off of their turnovers. Boston has put up 0. Yes. All right, so open the second quarter. It's Tyrese Maxey, Quentin Grimes, Justin Edwards, Paul George, and Andre Drummond. We got to switch the hat. We got to put this hat on. I apologize. I don't know what I'm doing with my life right now, not putting on a 76ers hat in Game 7 of a 76ers game. That is an insult. That is terrible. But we're going to change that right now. Insane. Okay. Good. Stuff is good. All right, we changed the hat. The hat's on. Flyers game. I got to get that on, too. I'll probably be watching that at halftime. But golly, the Philadelphia 76ers, 32-19. No chance you would ever see this with a Doc Rivers team. 1,000% correct. Absolutely. Derek White is going to hand it off over to Sam Hauser once again. Kada will now hand it off over to Shireman. And here is another dribble handoff. And Derek White gets it over on the baseline. White puts up a shot, and we have a foul called. It'll be on the Sixers. I also love how Nick Nurse has just been using these lineups. Seriously. The way that he's stacking everybody's minutes so far. Look at this squad. Paul George, Tyrese Maxey, Justin Edwards, Andre Drummond, and Quentin Grimes. Oh, my gosh. That's a really good lineup to start off a second quarter with the way that they're playing right now. Unbelievable. People since these coaches don't play. Yeah, but the way that they are, the way that they're actually calling plays right now, like you can just see that they're doing more of the backdoor cuts, and that's what they were doing in the first year of Nick Nurse's realm or whatever you call it. His tenure here, they were not doing that as much over the last 3 years, and for some reason over these last 2 games they have. You see Oubre making a backdoor cut over to the basket as Joel Embiid gets the ball and draws a double team, and then they're just like there's motion to the offense. There's so much motion to this entire offense, and the players are playing really well. I have to say that, but it also just feels like everybody is in sync, including the head coach. Tyrese Maxey over at the top of the key for the 76ers. Almost lost the ball. Has to pick it up over at the logo. 5 seconds left on the shot clock. Takes it over to the elbow. Off the dribble. Tyrese for 2. Yes, sir! Tyrese Maxey wanted to isolate there, and it ended up working at a very good level for the 76ers. 6 points for Tyrese Maxey and another whistle called. It's on Justin Edwards. As Maxey fumbled the ball, tried to do a little crossover in between the legs, and then he had to go get it. And then what he did was he actually got the ball back, took it over towards the foul line, extended, and then did his crossover, and then was just able to swish it on home. 34-21. Sixers up by 13 points. White again with a floater inside, and he has been a one-man wrecking crew for this Boston Celtics team tonight. Derek White has 9 points, and really in the series before tonight, I mean, he really has not been a factor. His highest scoring game was in his last game. He had 11 points, and that was on Thursday. And another whistle is going to be called. 34-23. The clock will stop at 10:45 left to go. Another foul. It's a shooting foul on Tyrese. Isn't it a shooting foul? No. I don't know why that showed on up. It was an offensive foul called on Paul George, and that's why Boston has the rock again. White with a floater. White able to hit it over Andre Drummond. And Andre Drummond not doing a good job rim protecting so far as he's come on in for this second unit. 34-25. Now Derek White has 13 points. That's the most that he's had in this series, and we are just in the second quarter. It's Maxey working around the screen set by Andre Drummond. Another handoff that goes to Justin Edwards, who takes it towards the baseline off the dribble for 2. And Kada able to get the rebound for the Boston Celtics. We've played just 2 minutes in this second quarter, and it's a 6-2 run. Another 2 by Boston, and Boston's crowd is trying to get back on into it as Nehemiah Kada is able to hit the 2, 34-27, 9:51 to go. Sixers will take their second timeout of the ball game and try to stop the bleeding when they return. The Andre Drummond backup minutes, not such a good thing so far for the Philadelphia 76ers, and the Celtics have certainly provided some life. Okay. Whew. Need a sip of water. I'm going to take a step off. I will be right back. That was really a sip of orange juice. But regardless, I'll be right back in just a few moments. Don't go anywhere. All right, here we go. Okay, so the Philadelphia 76ers have a 34-27 lead, and as they inbound the ball and give it over to Maxey and throw it into their front court, there's a foul and a whistle called on Boston. It'll be on Derek White. Derek with his first personal foul of the game. What's going on? Morty says Nurse doing well with the lineups, but he has to limit the shots to the big four. Outbreak and the others have to limit their shots, play their defense. George, ISO 2, baseline J, got it. Nice shot by Paul George. It's a 9-point lead, and Embiid is still on the bench. Okay, 9:20 left to go. We'll see how much longer this lasts. Keita is, with the rock now. Hands it off over to Derek White. And White takes it towards the left elbow, puts up a 2, and Drummond corrals the miss. And it's Tyrese Maxey who is going to take it for the 76ers. Maxey with a floater inside. Won't be able to get it to go. Too strong of a finish there for Tyrese Maxey. And Peyton Pritchard takes it towards the left side of the elbow again. Pritchard looking to try to take it towards the lane and get past a couple of defenders. Keita on a pump fake. Just great dribble work by Peyton Pritchard, and Queta is able to slam it on in with the right hand, and he goes down with an exclamation point, and it's a 7-point game now. 8:31 to go in this second quarter. Here's VJ Edgecombe stepping back for a three, and they are going to say that Edgecombe airballed it, but VJ thought that it was blocked. 36-29. Let's see again. That should have been a foul. He made contact with his hand. It'll still be Sixers ball. But I'm shocked that they didn't call a foul there. There was some contact made on the right shooting hand from VJ Edgecombe when he went up with that three. Maxey dumps it off over to Grimes for a three. In and out it goes, and Queta boxes out Drummond and comes up with the rebound. 8:20 to go in the second quarter. Hopefully Embiid comes back on in soon. Pritchard hands it off to Queta, and Queta draws contact on Drummond, and there will be some foul shots coming on up. Oubre is going to step back on in for Drummond, it looks like, as he's over on the scorer's table sideline, and right near the scorer's table as well is Joel Embiid. So he will come back on in right now. 76ers are going to get called for a delay of game violation. And by the way, they called Drummond's foul not in the act of shooting. It was a personal foul. Regardless, Sixers got to play defense on Boston. Pritchard is going to inbound it and get it back. And now we'll try to take on Joel Embiid. He steps back, leans into the contact, puts up the floater, and it's up and it's good. It's now a 5-point game. A 12-4 run to start off quarter number 2. After the Sixers played a magnificent first quarter, they're not off to a good start in the second. George will give it back to Embiid, and Joel draws a triple team, kicks it out to Oubre for a tray, and that's no good, and Edgecombe tried to get the rebound, and we have a loose ball foul called on Nehemiah Queta, as he got very physical with Joel, and he looks frustrated out there. And the Sixers shot clock is going to reset to 7:39. They were both hugging each other, and Queta just sort of pushed him off a little bit towards that left side. Oh, man. For your brother, B. Blazin says, we need a rally, for sure. We do. We need a rally. Oh, wait, did you donate? Oh, I got to double check. All right, here's White for a three on the other side, and that's up, and that's good. Oh, no. 82 people watching. Anonymous with a 50, B. Blazin, thank you so much. We are less than $1,000 away from SpongeBob. Oh, beautiful. Maxey with a three on the other side. They won't count it. They'll say offensive foul. It was on an illegal screen set by Kelly Oubre Jr. A 15-4 run by the Boston Celtics, and the crowd is starting to get loud out at TD Garden. 7:08 to go in this second quarter of play. The Sixers were so dominant in the first quarter, and in the second quarter, they've come out very lifeless. Queta hands it off over to Derek White, and another whistle called. It's on Kelly Oubre Jr. The clock stops with 7 minutes to go in this second quarter of play. It's another personal foul. Can't be making these careless mistakes. White actually did a good job at drawing Oubre on him. He knew that he was going to come, and Oubre had to try to stop himself in his tracks just to not make any sort of contact. Derek White has 16 points. He has scored 16 of the 34 points for Boston. Pritchard for three, and Boston gets the lead, 37-36. Meanwhile, Jaylen Brown has not even stepped back on into this game. Boston gets their first lead of the night. Embiid with a foul line J. That's up and no good, and Grimes gets fouled. There were 3 Celtics players trying to get the rebound, and Grimes got pushed, and he tried to make a little bit of a statement on the other side, but it'll be Sixers ball. What I mean by that is that he tried to jump up for the ball, and he got the ball swatted, or got his wrist swatted, I should say, And Sixers will inbound it again. Edgecombe inbounds it to Joel Embiid. VJ gives it over to Tyrese Maxey. Maxey back over with a shot, and we have another foul called. It's a blocking foul on Hugo Gonzalez. I got a little bit afraid that they were going to call an illegal screen there from Joel, but he was not moving. We've seen that, though, a couple of times during the series. Let's go. 76ers are toast. Dude, like, we're in the first half. They're toast. Shireman is going to come on out of the game. 37-36. Edgecombe finding Grimes wide open down the lane. And the Sixers get the lead back. We ride the seesaw. 38-37, and Philadelphia leads it by 1 with 6:10 to go. Pritchard on the left side of the elbow, spins around, puts up an off-balance 2, and the basketball gods told him, no, you're not going to get it, they said. Maxey back to Edgecombe for 3. Bang! VJ Edgecombe with a 3. 41-37. And VJ finding his rhythm on the tray, 12 points, and he has made 5 of 7 field goals so far. Brown's back on in for Boston as well. Their 5, it's Derek White, Jaylen Brown, Nehemiah Skada, Peyton Pritchard, and Hugo Gonzalez. Brown with a 3 at the buzzer, and he got it. The shot clock was winding down. Sixers played incredible defense, and Brown somehow, some way, able to hit it. And the Sixers only lead it by 1. It's George over to Grimes. Grimes to Embiid. Embiid for 2 and 1. Joel Embiid rolling the defense and hitting an acrobatic shot. It's 43-40. The foul is on White. That's his second personal foul of the ball game. Embiid had a mismatch. He drew up Derek White on him, and he angled it perfectly on the baseline, and he was able to hit it from 4 feet with Derek White swatting him and pushing him right to the ground. 43-40 Philadelphia. Joel Embiid wiping the sweat off of his face right now, and Paul George will head on over to the bench and sit right next to Kelly Oubre Jr. Dominic Barlow is his replacement. Sixers go a little bit bigger with Maxey, Grimes, Edgecombe, Barlow, and Embiid. And speaking of Embiid, he makes the second foul shots.
Excellent.
All right, B-Blazing with a 50. Brown inside, outside to White for a 3. No good. And an offensive rebound by Peyton Pritchard. How did he climb up that high and leap up to get that rebound? That was insane. Brown gives it back over to Pritchard again. Pick and roll offense. Pritchard trying to go up against Embiid. Embiid denies him. And the Sixers come away with a steal. Joel can still guard guards, I guess. Embiid takes it at the top of the key, looks to hand it off to VJ Edgecombe. Edgecombe back to Embiid, and Embiid got pushed again from behind by Hugo Gonzalez. He was ready to get the basketball, and Gonzalez got tangled up with Joel Hans Embiid again, and another whistle called on Hugo Gonzalez. They just do not have anybody that can stop Joel Embiid. They are literally throwing the entire kitchen sink at Joel Embiid. They've been putting 2 guys on him, 3 guys on him at times, and nothing has worked to stop number 21. Embiid is at the line because the Sixers are in the bonus, and he will shoot another 2 foul shots. 1 bounce, and the first free throw, in and out it goes. Let's go. Maybe get some hot tea going, JJ. That's a lot of talking today on a one-man show. Oh, dude, you have no idea. Sometimes I've done this for like 12 hours. I mean, just insane. It is. I try to make sure that I take really good care of my voice for sure. You know, I'm not naturally a talker. I'm not naturally even a loud talker. But, like, when I'm doing basketball and when I'm doing a high-energy game like this, I'm usually really tempered, you know. But I appreciate you for caring, and, you know, I probably will have some tea after this, maybe. 44-40, foul shot number 2. Bingo! Let's go. 45-40. Sixers have Joel Embiid with 14 points. Brown, step back, Jay, turnaround shot, connects. That's just ridiculous. I mean, he's just so good at basketball. 45-42. 13 points for Jaylen Brown. He has a baker's dozen. Edgecombe, another three for the Sixers. Puts it up. No good. No foul was called. I mean, my goodness. Jaylen Brown just sort of hit him as he was shooting, and they didn't want to call a foul there. Brown is on the baseline again, and Maxey strips it, and Brown comes back up with it again. May have gotten away with a travel as well. 5 seconds left on the shot clock. Derek White going up against Dominic Barlow. Tries to kiss it up and in. Barlow plays good defense. Grimes, and the Sixers have a 3-on-2. Grimes for 2. No. Embiid, rebound, pump fake, and the layup is good. A 5-point lead for Philadelphia. 3:34 to go. Timeout by Missoula, and the Sixers have a 5-point advantage. Flyers updates. Somebody give me an update. Actually, wait, I got it. They're already down 1-0. Dang it. Okay. Let's go. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe to the channel as well. Dartmouth is here. What's up, Dartmouth? Valley Forge, a.k.a. headquarters. Yes, sir. Valley Forge is here. Dartmouth, I haven't seen you on in a while, my guy. Order has been restored a bit with Joel Embiid returning to the floor, says Kai Carlin. I like the way that he put that. That was actually really creative there. Shout out to Kai. We are 20 subscribers away, chat. 20 subscribers away from getting to 9,900 subscribers. Beautiful. So they're playing a little bit better. And the one thing that I've learned in the second quarter, after they played a very physical first quarter, is that no one can stop Joel. Boston does not have an answer. Boston does not have an answer, chat. They don't. Derek White, the only reason why that they're in this game is because Derek White has shown up and he's been hitting his shots. That's it. That's the only reason why they're even in this game. Now, Peyton Pritchard has also been making some shots too. And he's been sort of underrated because of his playmaking. 7 points and 6 assists for him. And he's also been able to just take it down the lane and drop these sweet passes. But that's the only reason why Boston is even in this game. That's it. That's it, man. Why can't we lose this quarter by 8? Must bring it down to 3. Well, we'll see. We'll see. White and Pritchard are making really good plays. They are. They're showing up, and that's the only reason why the Celtics are even in this game. So, oh man. I'm not gonna do it today, chat. We have 93 people watching. We already have 93 people watching. Hit that thumbs up button. Hit that subscribe button. We are 20 subscribers away from getting to 9,900 subscribers. And once again, we are now less than $1,000 away from doing SpongeBob Voices. We've raised $4,100 over on... Actually, sorry, $4,100 in total for the Familial Dysautonomia Foundation. And just to get this dub, Derek White with 16 points. So Jaylen Brown is back on into the game. 3 minutes and 30 seconds to go in this second quarter of play. Brown takes it over towards the left side of the elbow, zips it outside, and the ball nearly lost by Hugo Gonzalez. He fumbled it for a second, hands it off over to White. White for a 2. Great defense by the Sixers. It's volleyball tipped by Maxey, and it goes into the hands of VJ Edgecombe. Excellent stuff there by the 76ers, and now it's Embiid drawing a double team again, putting up a tough 2, not that time, and Shireman, or who was that? That was Hugo Gonzalez who got the rebound. Hauser a catch and shoot 3. It's back to a 2-point game, 47-45. Boston only down by 2 with 2:50 left to go in this second quarter. Hauser got a lot of space there, and George was late on his assignment, and Hauser just canned the 3. Embiid over on the block again. Gets it almost stolen away. Grimes comes up with it. Grimes over to VJ Edgecombe as Grimes nearly tried to dunk it on home. Grimes to George for 3. He knew it was good, and he started to backpedal, and it was nothing but net. Paul George is showing up in Game 7 so far. 50-45. You can just see him backpedal. He's like, I know what's going on in. Hugo Gonzalez for a 3. Not that time. Offensive rebound by Shireman. Gonzalez with another 2. That's up and that's no good, but Joel Embiid is going to get called for the foul. Embiid with his first personal foul of the game. That's it. Only one personal foul on Joel Hans Embiid. And Gonzalez will head to the charity stripe for 2 foul shots. Joel Embiid said, I'm tired of losing to them. Will the 76ers get their first 3-1 comeback victory in their franchise history? Foul shot number 1, no good. Foul shot number 2. That's way too strong. George, I think he touched it last. Nope, he did not. They said that Boston touched it last. It went off of Shireman's left hand. 50-45. Sixers have it. It's George over to Embiid. Embiid finds a cutting VJ to the basket. The shot's up, and they're gonna say offensive foul on VJ Edgecombe. And it looked like that Derek White was able to sacrifice his body. He planted his feet. Yes, he did. And VJ just elbowed him right on into the chest. Good move there by Derek White. 5-point lead for the Sixers with less than 2 minutes to go. He has some blood on his hands. He also got scratched a little bit earlier, Derek White. And yet he's been on fire in this game. 1:56 to go in this second quarter. They won't stop the game for that. It's Jordan Walsh with the basketball, and another dribble handoff that goes over to Jaylen Brown as he steps back over Paul George. Brown for a 2. Not that time. Embiid got the rebound, and Gonzalez gets called for yet another foul. Every time Gonzalez gets matched up with number 21, Hugo Gonzalez is just, he's like, what else can I do? What else can I do to stop myself against this monster? Not much. All right. 50-45. That's his 3rd foul of the game. The Sixers and the Celtics with 1:42 to go in this first half of play. All right, they don't have to keep, you don't have to keep showing the blood on his hand. That's okay. That's fine. Foul shot number 1. Embiid knocks it down. (51-45). And Gonzalez will head on over to the bench for the Boston Celtics. Notice how Nikola Vucevic has not even played in this first half. Vucevic has not even played. Just wanted to point that out there. Embiid with the second free throw. In and out it goes, and Jaylen Brown catches his miss. Sixers lead it by 6 points, and Jaylen Brown at the TD Garden sign hands it off over to Queta, and we have another A bucket made by Boston. It's back to a 4-point ball game with 1:25 to go in quarter number 2. Nehemiah Skada, 8 points. He's made all 4 of his field goals. Maxey to Embiid on the pick and roll. Embiid back to Tyrese Maxey. Defender came on him. Edgecombe for 3, and he can't get it to go. Hauser lost the ball as Embiid tried to get the rebound, and then it went off of Hauser's right finger, and he will not be happy about that, and the 76ers still have possession of the basketball. How many people do we have tuning on in right now? 8:35 p.m. Eastern Time. We got 101 people tuning on in. 101 people tuning on in right now at this very, very moment in time. We have 35 likes. Keep hitting the thumbs up button. Let's keep going, chat. Let's keep it going. Embiid at the line. Foul shot number 1 by Joel. He got it to go. 52-47, Philadelphia. Flyers are getting smashed so far. Ugh, that's not good. I don't like the sound of that. 5-point lead for the 76ers with 1:10 to go in quarter number 2. The second foul shot by Joel. Automatic. Excellent. I gotta tell you what, Joel Embiid is really fighting for rebounds in this game. 5 rebounds he has, but he's been jumping up and down, white for a 3, and he still is keeping Boston in this game. It's like Steph Curry is out there, and it's not even Derek White. He is just out of his mind right now. 19 points for him. Maxey on a floater inside. Gets it denied from behind by Jaylen Brown. And it'll be Sixers ball still. We need 19 more subscribers for us to get to the 9,900 marker. If you just subscribe to the channel, comment who you are down below. Let's try to get to 9,900 tonight. Maxey gets the inbound pass, hands it off to Embiid, and Joel draws a triple team, tried to cut it over inside to VJ, and the ball is volleyballed out of bounds by Boston. Sixers ball still, 4.5 seconds left on the shot clock, and they'll inbound it over from the right side of the baseline. It'll be Paul George on the inbound pass. George looking to pass it, and he gives it over to Embiid. A foul line extended jump shot, and it's a little bit too strong there. 36 seconds to go in this second quarter. Brown going up inside. Shots blocked, and good stuff by Joel Embiid. Maxey gets it back for the Sixers. 4 seconds differentiating the shot clock from the game clock. The Sixers lead it by 3. Maxey is just holding the basketball and dribbling with the right hand. Jaylen Brown's on him. Here comes Paul George for a screen, and now Maxey has Hauser on him as he steps back, goes up for 2, hits up, hits in! 55-50, Sixers have a 2-possession lead with 6.9 seconds left to go before the first half expires. It's Gonzalez who inbounds it over to Brown. Brown back over to White. Derek White inside. Gets it rejected by Edgecombe. And that is going to do it as we go into halftime. The Sixers have a 5-point lead. A lot to talk about and a lot of things to go on over. So don't go anywhere. 55-50 is the score. Look at Joel Embiid just going up against Jaylen Brown and just jumping up and down. He is giving it everything that he has on the line in this ball game. The effort that we've seen from Joel, he wants it. He really wants it, man. And VJ Edgecombe knocking down shots, doing a good job on the court on both ends. I'm proud of this unit. Okay. We might go to New York, JJ. We got one more half to go. Okay. Monologue screen. Okay. As we go into halftime right now. First and foremost, if you are new to my channel, my name is Jason Joseph. This is Play by Play with JJ. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and turn on the notification bell icons too, and that way you will know when we do go live. Flyers are now down 2-0, okay? That's not making me happy. I will tell you this, okay? First and foremost, I want to hear from you, and I want to see what the letter grades are for the first half. If you were to give the 76ers a report card right now, what would your letter grades be? What would your letter grades be? My letter grade for the Philadelphia 76ers, I will tell you in just a minute. But here's what I will say. The first quarter was really so strong. They played a great first quarter. Where things ended up going wrong was when Justin Edwards and Andre Drummond came on in. The 76ers offense went a little bit stale, and Andre Drummond just could not rim protect at all. Derek White was getting on by him, and other guys too, even like Nehemiah Skeda, were just stealing his lunch money. They really were. And so when Joel Embiid came back on in, it made a big difference. We've seen this film for 11 years, chat. We've seen it for a very long time, where when Joel Embiid comes out of the game, the backup center and the rest of the guys are not able to keep the fort down or hold the fort down, and that's what happened in the second quarter, in my opinion. Let's go. Correction, A-, says Dartmouth. Any more letter grades? Any more letter grades for that first half? The first quarter, I would say, was an A. The second quarter was honestly a C+, in my opinion. And I think I'm being a little bit nice there. I thought that they did not have a good second quarter at all. I'm happy that they ended up making it a little bit closer at the end. But the way that they dominated that first quarter, they really came back down to earth in the second quarter, and that was because of Andre Drummond playing. I can't blame Nick Nurse going to Andre Drummond when he did. He has to give Joel Embiid a rest, obviously, and I thought that Joel Embiid came back in at the right time. Justin Edwards, I thought, was left in there just a little bit too long. That's my only critique about Nick Nurse when it comes to the rotations, but I think other than that, it's been a good game. And the Sixers have been playing with a lot of physicality, and they have provided the responses against Boston. I don't care if Jason Tatum is not playing. We needed this team to show up in the first half, and they have shown up. This team has shown up, and this team has given you everything that they have out there. They got to keep it up for the second quarter. I need them to continue to play with the same tenacity that they played with in that first half. Not letting anybody get open looks. In the second quarter, we got a little bit more of those. The only reason why Boston is in this game, I will say it again, is Derek White has shown on up, and Peyton Pritchard has shown up too. We knew that Jaylen Brown was going to try to ISO a little bit more and take some more shots. That's not necessarily a surprise. But what is a surprise is Derek White. Now, what's Nick Nurse going to do to neutralize him in the second half? That's a great question. He has to blitz him a little bit more. I actually, and what do I mean by blitz? Not necessarily when he's shooting, even though, yes, you have to clamp him down. But when he's getting the ball, there needs to be a little bit more attention on him. I'm not saying double teaming, but what I'm saying is guarding the passing lanes. That's what needs to be done. They have to be able to do that. I want to see VJ Edgecombe on Derek White a little bit more, and I'd like to see them rotate a little bit better and fight through screens and just be able to give this guy a little bit more of a tough night shooting in the second half. Just make him feel off balance before he's going on into his shots. That's what I really care about. We learned that the second unit's not going to work tonight, says Morty. He also says that the starters have to rest up or have to the rest of the way. It's Game 7. Refs will keep it close. Can't shoot so many threes. Embiid has to suck it up and continue to dominate. Now, I agree with you. I definitely do agree. If Joel Embiid is going to get rest, okay, first and foremost, we have to see how the game is going. Basketball is all about pace. But Nick Nurse needs to really dial on in and figure out what he's going to do if the game is close going on into the fourth quarter. Do you rest Joel Embiid? Do you give him maybe a minute of rest? I don't know. First, we got a third quarter to play. We'll see how they do in the third quarter, but you're right. It's Game 7. Joel Embiid has to play. Joel Embiid has to play, especially in the second half. It's do or die, and you don't want to go home. You want to be able to move on and go to MSG and play at Madison Square Garden against Jalen Brunson and the Knicks. PAS is here. What's up, PAS? How you doing, my friend? So good to see you on here, my guy. Guys, go subscribe to Pure Adrenaline Sports. He does Flyers content. He does the Mets. He also does the Jets as well. And he still does some baseball games, too, as well. You should really go check him out. That's my guy. I love him. He's the man. He's absolutely awesome. We knew Boston was going to make a run, says Lou. Yes, we did. Basketball is a game of runs, but I still, overall, I have to say, I'm very happy with how much effort this team is giving us, okay? But they have to win this game. It's at the point now where they have to win this game. And they have to do whatever it takes in this second half. I like where we are. I like being up by 5. I think that that's good. I think that we have Boston right where we want them. I really do. I really, really feel that way. The question now becomes in this third quarter here, can the Sixers come off to a very hot start? And who is going to make the pivotal buckets in this third quarter to stop Boston's momentum? We'll see. We'll see. A+, this team took Boston to 7. Nobody expected that. Now, that's talking about the whole series. Now, that, I agree. I will say A for them taking it, for them putting Boston in a Game 7 situation. I agree. I agree with that. If we're talking about this game, though, because the series has now shifted expectations, I will probably say that the first half was a B. It was a B in total. The first quarter was an A, an absolute A. The second quarter started off as a D+, but ended up being a C, at best a C+. So that evens out to a B, in my opinion. Just maybe a little bit above a B. But what are your thoughts on the second half here? What are the keys for this Philadelphia 76ers team when we go on into the second half here? What do you want to see? What do you want to see from the Philadelphia 76ers in this second half? That's my question. You got to deny the ball. Fight to not let D. White get it. Aggressive defense on him when he doesn't have the ball. You have to deny the ball. I agree with that. I definitely agree. 1,000%. We are 18 subscribers away from getting to 9,900 subscribers. Keep it going. 18 more. We got to get there tonight. Let's go. Can we get to 9,900 subscribers by the end of tonight, chat? I think we can get there. Continue to smash the like button, too. We have to get off to a fast start in the third period. We absolutely do. Other keys for this third quarter, please comment them down below. I want to see more physical tenacity on this Boston Celtics offense. I don't want them to get any sort of breathing room. I want the 76ers to play the defense that they played in that first quarter, because that was electric defense. That was incredible defense by the Philadelphia 76ers. That's the type of defensive tenacity that they have got to play with. Blitzing, playing zones, and acting like that there's safeties out there covering wide receivers. That was the type of defense that we saw. It was a football type of a defense. And you got to make the free throws. Cannot leave free throws on the table. 1,000%. Ding, 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 ding. There we go. Yeah, you got to make your foul shots. Joel Embiid has to make his foul shots. I'm not just saying it's just him, but 5 for 7, not bad. But I want us to draw a couple more fouls. Got to be very good from the line. It's a good game. Yeah, as a basketball fan, this is a great game. What's up, Scott? How you doing, my guy? Good to see you on here. Really good to see you on here. Fist bump to you. Okay. Chat, before we go to the second half, okay, let me lead you in a toast. The second half is coming on up. We're winning. We ain't losing. As Reese Hoskins said in 2022, we ain't losing this game. We ain't losing. We got to play physical, and we have to get the job done. Tatum's not playing. I don't care. I don't care what happens. If people want to say, well, you know, if we win, it's not fair and square, so what? Let's get to the second round. Let's close off this Boston Celtics team, and let's just get them. Let's just make that crowd silent. And on a count of 3, I'm going to say cheers. And I better see some cheers in the chat. 1, 2, 3. Cheers, everybody. Let's go. Let's go. Fasten the seatbelts. Let's go. Do or die. We're not going home. We're not going home, baby. It's time to go to MSG. I want to go to Madison Square Garden. I want to move on. Let's go. What's up, Haley? Thank you so much for the support. I appreciate you. Let's go. All right, 55-50. Just waiting for the second half of basketball to resume. Okay, the Flyers, by the way, as we take a look at how they're doing, they are still down 2-0. They are down 2-0 to the Carolina Hurricanes in round 2, game 1 of the Eastern Conference semifinals. 55-50. The 76ers are up by 5. Before we even get on into what's going to happen next, as they're not back from the break yet, other scores around Major League Baseball. 5-1 Tigers. There's no other basketball games. There's no other hockey games going on. It's just the Flyers and the 76ers. So in Major League Baseball, it's a 5-1 lead for the Detroit Tigers as they are in the bottom of the 6th inning. The Cardinals lead it 3-0 against the Dodgers, and that game is in the top of the 6th. The Braves have a 3-0 lead in the bottom of the 2nd against the Colorado Rockies. And then you got Mets and Angels playing at 9:30, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. You got the Blue Jays, who won earlier today 11-4 against the Twins. The Brewers won 4-1. Kyle Harrison got the win. Abner Uribe got his 3rd save of the season. The Houston Astros, they beat the Boston Red Sox 6-3. The Marlins shut out the Phillies 4-0. And the Tampa Bay Rays outplayed the San Francisco Giants 5-1 was the final score there. White Sox and Padres are in the top of the 2nd. And then later tonight at 9:40, you got Royals and Mariners. They will be playing too. The Yankees won 9-4. They beat the Baltimore Orioles. The Pirates won 17-7 against the Cincinnati Reds. The Cubs, they shut out the Diamondbacks 2-0. And the Cleveland Guardians won 14-6 against the Athletics. All right, it's time for the second half to come on up right now. They just came back from the break, and we're ready to fasten the seatbelts. We are ready to fasten the seatbelts because it's going to be a bumpy ride. Boston has the ball. Cada gets it for Boston. Hands it off over to Derek White as the Celtics go from left to right. White takes it over inside the three-point line. Now he's at the foul line extended. Dumps it off to Cada, who gets past Embiid and is still able to make the layup inside. Excellent footwork by Nehemiah Cada. And so it's a three-point ball game. 17 more subs. If you subscribe to the channel, let me know who you are down below. Tyrese Maxey for the Sixers, going from right to left as the Sixers are in their white and blue uniforms. Embiid, a Nola pass to Edgecombe for a three. Splash! It's good! 58-52. I always love it when Joel Embiid just knows where everybody is out there on the court, and he just plays a game of chess while everybody else is playing checkers. And he knew exactly where VJ was, got it into the sweet spot, and Edgecombe made a nice three-point shot. White's off balance, three-point shot there. That's no good. And we have another loose ball foul. It's going to be called against Boston, and Cada can't believe it. 10:53 to go in this third quarter of play. Look at the 76ers' physicality so far in this second quarter. The second half, I should say. I actually thought maybe Embiid was going to get away with a little push there. Nehemiah Cada is called for his fourth foul. And guess what? That means that Garza is going to have to come back on in. They just don't have anybody to stop number 21. Maxey, a logo three. Got it to go. He's feeling confident from Damian Lillard range. Tyrese Maxey is able to hit it from the parking lot. 61-52. It's Brown for a three, and that goes in and out. And Embiid gets the board. Another pass over to Tyrese Maxey. And how about Joel on the glass? 6 rebounds, 6 dimes as well. Embiid with an elbow jump shot that time. It trickles out at the last second, and Jaylen Brown holds on to it for Boston. An outlet pass to Derek White on the baseline, and he zips it over to Garza again. Garza to White, a crossover, a three, and White can't knock it down. Offensive board by Pritchard, the second try by White, and that one's no good. And Embiid gets knocked by Garza, and we have another foul called on the Boston Celtics. Folks, if you are new to the channel, my name is Jason Joseph, and this is Play-by-Play with JJ. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe. We do like an old-school radio play-by-play style for Sixers basketball. We try to bring a lot of energy to our calls, for sure. 61-52. It's Tyrese Maxey again on the baseline. A baseline step-back J. And Tyrese Maxey is feeling it. He swishes yet another one. And another timeout will be taken. And it's by Joe Mazzulla. What a start to the third quarter by the 76ers. An 8-2 run. And Tyrese Maxey and Joel Embiid leading the show as Batman and Robin. I love that run. Tatum not playing will not put an asterisk. I hope not. I don't care if it does. I don't care. I need us to get to New York. We have to get to New York. A win is a win any way that you look at it. That's absolutely correct. That is absolutely correct. Maxey is just a demon. I love that statement made right there. 100 people tuning on in. We still have, I believe, 35 likes. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel as well. We are at 59 likes. Now we're at 60. 36 of you have not hit the thumbs up button. What are you all waiting for? Hit that thumbs up button right now. And again, we are 17 subscribers away from getting to the 9,900 marker here on YouTube. Where's everybody tuning on in from? Let me know down below. And how did you find this channel? Actually, I'm sorry. How long have you been rocking with me calling 76ers games? That's what I want to know. How long have you been rocking with me as I've called 76ers games? Have you been here since the first year that we've done this? Let me know, or just whenever. I would like to hear. A win is a win. Oh, man, my adrenaline. My adrenaline is right through the roof right now, chat. It just is. It's right there. It is 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. Census Star, what's going on, Census Star? How you doing? 1 month, I'm in Wilkes-Barre, PA. Let's go, let's go. I love that. That's beautiful. How about those Phillies Chief Dynasty? Yes, sir. What's going on, my guy? How you doing? So one person's been rocking with me for a month. I know Grace has been here for a couple of years. How long have you guys been rocking with me? Let me know down below in the chat. Would love to hear what your thoughts are about this game too. I'm so happy to see you, Census Star. I'm so happy to see you. Fist pump to you. I joined halfway through the football season and became a member 3 months ago. That's right. That's right, you did. Let's go. Was that Schmidt's beer? It could have been. All right, Celtics are going to have the ball. Ironically, I live about an hour from Boston, but I'm originally from Philly. Let's go, 76ers, says Damon. Let's go. Brown for 2 over Maxey. Puts up the shots, got it to go, and 1. Oh, my gosh, that ball bounced about 5 times, and yet it still went on in, and Maxey can't believe that he got called for a foul there. Look at that little step back, Jay. And, I mean, I don't know. That's just... That's a ticky-tack call since at least 2023. You've been here for a while. Absolutely, you have been here for a while. Absolutely. Been rocking with you since 1979. Oh, wait, that was Schmidt's beer. Okay, now I got you. JC Fit is here. What's going on, JC Fit? He says years. Yeah, you've been on here for a really long time, too. Good to see everybody here, man. This is pretty historic. All right, Embiid gets it over downhill, puts up a 2 over Brown, and gets it to go. It's a 10-point lead for the 76ers as Embiid had a mismatch on him. Way too easy, 65-55. Brown again over on the perimeter. Now has VJ Edgecombe on him. And Brown puts up a tough shot inside. That's tipped, and it's taken back by Joel Embiid. Embiid back to Maxey. A catch-and-shoot 3. And Maxey couldn't knock it down. Shireman comes up with the board. And it's a 10-point lead still for Philadelphia. Pritchard from the logo for a tray, and he knocks it down. Peyton Pritchard is just that one dude that you just see on Boston, and you're just like, oh, man, we have to deal with that guy? Are you kidding me? Come on. VJ Edgecombe down the lane, rolling for a 2, denied by Jaylen Brown. Pritchard picks it back up for Boston. Brown stepping on into what could have been a 3, and he passed it instead to Jordan Walsh. It's Maxey rotating, and now it's Peyton Pritchard who has the ball over Joel Embiid. What's Pritchard going to do? Shireman gets the pass and a floater for Shireman. No good that time. And Embiid had the rebound. Shireman stripped it away from him, and And here's a three by Derek White. And that's up, and that's no good. And Shireman tries to fight for it again. And I believe it'll be Sixers ball. Baylor's Shireman off their bench has just been nasty as well. Boston still has a lot of really good depth. Their starters just have not been so good in this series when you look at the whole totality of it. 65-58. The Sixers only up by 7. And still 7:35 to go. George for a three, and he can't hit that one. It's Jaylen Brown who comes away with the board for the Boston Celtics again. Brown has 5 rebounds. Another three by the Celtics. They live and die by the three. Embiid had the board. Walsh nearly got a pick, and the ball goes out of bounds again. Sixers ball. Let's go 67, 6-7. No one puts an asterisk for other teams when the Sixers are shorthanded. This game shouldn't have one either, says JC. I love the way that you look at that because you are 1,000% correct. You are. Paul George back over to Oubre, and now inside to Embiid, and Embiid tipped it, and thank goodness the Sixers saved that possession. Oubre was cutting inside. There was some miscommunication. George got it. Embiid swings it outside. The ball finds Maxey. Maxey's three. Bang! VJ Edgecombe got the assist, and Joel Embiid got the hockey assist. It's Jaylen Brown again, finding a wide-open Shireman for a tray. That's no good. Walsh gets the rebound. It's stripped again, but Walsh comes back up with it himself once more. Or was that Derek White? It was. It was Derek White, not Jordan Walsh. Pritchard outside to Gonzalez for a tray. A near-corner three, no good. And another offensive rebound by Shireman. It's Jaylen Brown who cans it on in and makes it a 7-point game. Boston has done a much better job with their offensive rebounding, and the Sixers have got to be more careful. 6:25 to go in this third quarter of play. We're not even halfway done just yet. Jaylen has 19 points. It's Joel Embiid trying to take on Brown, and Embiid looking to try to take him to court himself, and he does. Just hits him with a little shimmy. Hits him with a little fadeaway. Talks trash to him as well. 70-61. Brown for two. Puts it up and is fouled by PG8. I love the trash talking. I love the back and forth action. I mean, this is what you call a rivalry. They are getting very heated out there, Sixers and Celtics players. He's just talking trash right over in his ear. Joel Embiid over to Jaylen Brown. 70-61. The clock stops with 6:03 to go. It's a crazy dogfight this whole season. But we got stars at the end. It's the prayers. They're actually putting Jaylen Brown on Joel Embiid. Isn't that crazy? They don't have anybody else. They don't have anybody else. Foul shot number 1 from Jaylen Brown. It's good. And Brown hasn't even got called yet for a foul. Like, Nikola Vucevic has not come on into this game because Joe Mazzulla knows that he can't guard Embiid. Foul shot number 2, and that's up, and that's in. 70-63. Vucevic has not played 1 minute. Nehemiah Skeda is also over on the bench for the Boston Celtics as well. George to Grimes, Grimes to Embiid, and Embiid gets fouled. He had the whole entire Celtics team coming on him, and he is going to go to the line. Embiid is getting very heated out there. Jaylen Brown is continuing to talk trash to Joel, and he's still talking back smack as well. Come on, man. They're both just chirping back and forth. Whew. But that's what Game 7's all about. Embiid ready to shoot some more foul shots. He has 23 points. The Philadelphia 76ers are shooting 37% from 3. Embiid's first free throw, and he gets the friendly bounce to roll. It hit off the foul line right side, and then just went back on in as it took a nice little bounce. Sixers still out assisting Boston 20-13. The Sixers, the only problem that they've had in this third quarter is that they turned the basketball over more times than they did in the first. Oh, chat. Score shows 0. Oh, I see what you're saying. Embiid with another foul shot.
Excellent.
Let's go. Garza's family has requested he not go into the game anymore. I guess so. Brown steps into a 3, and that one's just off the mark. Grimes gets the rebound. Quentin Grimes has played very effective and impactful minutes off the bench. It's Maxey again with a floater inside. No, Embiid, offensive board, and he puts it up and in. He had 2 Celtics players that were boxing him out, and he still was able to lay it up and on in. What a game for Joel Embiid. Brown lost the ball, and so George nearly picked it up, but Brown came back up with it. George denies. Jaylen Brown for a 2. It's 5-on-4 ball. Embiid to Grimes. Grimes to Edgecombe. Dunker spot 2. No good. And the refs say play on. He got fouled there. They didn't want to blow the whistle. They said, A wide open 3 for Boston. It's Hugo Gonzalez, and they just continue to die by the 3-point shot. Boston just cannot hit anything. And another timeout taken by Philadelphia. 4:47 to go. Edgecombe got poked in the eye. We've seen some blood, sweat, and tears laid down in this game on both sides. The intensive tenacity in this game has been a 10 out of 10. Easily. Boston Celtics, their lineup right now is Derek White, Jaylen Brown, Sam Hauser, Peyton Pritchard, and Hugo Gonzalez. Hugo Gonzalez is 6 feet 6 inches tall. He's their tallest guy that they have out there. That's insane. That is like unbelievable. Sixers are outscoring the Celtics 19-13. Like, I don't know what else to say. We are 17 subscribers away from getting to 9,900. That's what I'll say. Yeah. Hit that thumbs up button and continue to subscribe to the channel as well. Gosh. Just wanted to tell you, chat, that the Eastern Conference semifinals, let me double check this. That's going to begin on Monday. Sunday tomorrow is 2 Game 7s. 2 Game 7s tomorrow. Eastern Conference Finals, semifinals begins Monday. And I believe that the 76ers would probably play Tuesday if they win, and they would go on to play against the New York Knicks. I assume that they would play on Tuesday. Actually, wait, no, that's incorrect. They would play Monday. What am I talking about? They would play Monday. The Sixers would play on Monday because tomorrow there's 2 Game 7s, and that's the Pistons and the Cavs. Tuesday is Lakers versus Thunder. Yeah. So that would have to be on Monday. That's when they would play. What a game. Nobody can guard Joel. They're just getting warmed up, says Eagle Deeds. They're just getting warmed up. What football team do I like? Well, I'm a Sixers fan. I'm a Phillies fan. And I'm an Eagles fan. I love watching the Birds. Love watching the Birds. We covered the Sixers, the Phillies, and the Eagles, and we also do other Major League Baseball games on here as well. We did 21 World Baseball Classic games. We were up at 5 a.m. We did all the early games. It was a lot of fun. We had such a blast doing those games. And then we did March Madness. We've been really grinding over the last couple of months. We really have. Embiid looked like that he was stretching over on the sideline there. And Drummond has to come back on in. Oh, no. Oh, no. George will swing it over to Maxey. Tyrese Maxey with a floater inside. Got it to go. 76-63. So Joel Embiid came on out of the game. I don't know if he went back to the tunnel. A Celtics assistant coach refused to give Joel Embiid the basketball. I saw that before. Here's another three-pointer by Boston. That's up, and that's good. If we hear anything else about Joel Embiid, we will let you know. But he's not in there right now. Maxey again takes it towards the left side. Maxey hands it off over to VJ Edgecombe. Edgecombe on the left side of the elbow. Down the lane for two. No. Drummond, can he get the board? No, he cannot. Oh, my gosh. Hang on to the basketball. Couldn't be able to do so there. 3:50 left in this third quarter of play. It's Pritchard down the baseline. Pritchard gets past two 76ers players and dumps it back off over to Derek White. Pritchard at the top of the key. Pritchard down the lane, a step back, two, inside, no. And the Sixers tip it into the hands of Quentin Grimes, who goes over towards the left, dumps it off to Paul George again. George wants to ISO. George steps back, goes up for a three. Oh my goodness! Paul George cannot be stopped. A sacrifice ISO three. He did it. Oh man. 13 points for Paul George. He has been shooting 75% from downtown. Shireman trying to respond, and he can't do so. And George comes up with yet again another rebound. It's Maxey with a floater back outside. Got it to go. It was a two, and he hit it right from the foul line. Embiid is over on the sideline. 81-66. The Sixers playing well and trying to stay afloat here. It's Pritchard for a tray. Grimes comes up with yet another rebound. And so 2:30 left to go in the third. Can the Sixers hold the fort down? Drummond in the corner. Gives it over to Edgecombe. Wide open three. VJ Edgecombe. Got it to go again. 18-point lead. The largest lead of the night. Embiid comes over. High fives VJ Edgecombe. The stars are shining tonight in Boston. As for Philadelphia, as VJ Edgecombe buried a three, Trendon Watford celebrating over on the sideline, and he's all animated. Let's go. Boom! Love it. Who is this basketball team? Who is this basketball team? Where was this team all season long? Embiid's on the bench, and we just extended the lead. After Embiid comes out of the game in the first half, the bench and the second unit cannot hold the fort down. And all of a sudden, when Joel Embiid goes on over to the bench, oh my gosh, the Sixers go on an 8-0 run. They go on an 8-0 run. Where was this team? I don't care where they were. They're showing up now. And that's what matters. Showing up in the biggest moments, in the brightest of lights. They got to hang on. There's 2:03 to go in the third quarter. Sixers got to play a thing called defense. Derek White, floater inside. He can't get anything off in this quarter. Hauser with a rebound, and he lays it up and lays it back on in. Derek White has not made a field goal in this third quarter so far. He had 19 points in the first half, and he was going off like Steph Curry. He was a ghost out there. And now it's Tyrese Maxey who takes it over towards the Celtics logo. Dumps it off to Paul George. Now it's Maxey with a bounce pass to George for another three-point shot. Way too strong. Cada, rebound, outlet pass to Jaylen Brown. JB has it, and he'll give it back over towards the outside. It's Derek White on the little pick and pop for a three. White can't make another three-point shot to save his life right now. He has just been ice cold. George with his third rebound of the quarter. And another play by Tyrese Maxey as he is going to dribble this one up and take it back towards the Celtics logo again. Maxey zigzags. Maxey crosses on over. Fades away for two. And Cada comes up with his miss. It was a little bit short. Not by much. Brown, a hezzy, and a little layup inside. It's back to a 14-point game. Jaylen Brown, 23, 5, and 3 in this game. Embiid is still sitting over on the bench. He has a little strap wrapped around his waist, really around his belly. 59 seconds to go in this third quarter of play. Sixers have been winning this third quarter so far, 29-20. And we have another stoppage in play. 17 more subscribers for us to get to 9,900 subs. Let's go. 84-70, 50 seconds to go in this third quarter of play. It's Tyrese Maxey again, dribbling with the left hand. Gives it over to Grimes, who's being guarded by Pritchard. Another pass to Edgecombe for three, and VJ Edgecombe, he can't be stopped either. VJ Edgecombe was not good from three in the fifth and in the sixth game, but so far in the seventh, he's 5 for 9. Brown with a tray on the other side, then he responds. He had three hands in his face. Two of them were from VJ Edgecombe, and yet he still was able to knock it down and make it look easy. 20 seconds left to go in quarter number 3. Jaylen is 3 for 6 from beyond the arc. It's Maxey holding the ball. And now 5 seconds on the shot clock, 10 on the game clock. A handoff to Grimes. Grimes tried to go with a posterizer inside. He wanted to rock the rim, but he was fouled. And the clock stops with 7.1 seconds left to go. You're telling me that Peyton Pritchard has 10 points, Jaylen Brown is 26, Derek White is 19, and the Sixers lead it by 15 points. Unbelievable. 87-73. The foul shot by Grimes, bingo. This guy's only a 75% foul shooter in his career. Embiid's still stretching over on the sidelines. This dude is just giving it his all. He gives it everything that he has in his body. Foul shot number 2 by Grimes. Oh, it went out at the last second. Darn it. 88-73. White steps back, goes up for a 2, and hits the buzzer beater as the bank is still open in Boston. TD Garden is still has their guys there, but I'll tell you what, it is pretty silent there. 88-75 is the score, and the final quarter coming on up. All right, chat, let's hit the subscribe button. Hit that sub button. 17 more. Let's go. Let's start a sub train right now. Let's go. Keep subscribing to the channel. Keep those subs coming. If you have not subscribed yet, we go on for Phillies, Sixers, Eagles, and other baseball games as well. Keep those subs coming. We are so close to getting to 10,000. I want us to get to that 9,900 marker right now. Let's keep it going, man. One more quarter to go. Hit that sub button, baby. Let's go. 12 more minutes, man. 12 more minutes to go. My name is Jason Joseph. This is Play by Play with JJ. And if you are subbing to the channel right now, let me know who you are down below. We got 106 people tuning on in at this very, very moment in time. Continue to like and continue to subscribe to the channel as well. It's been a heck of a busy week for us. That was awesome. Let's go. Man. I love that. They did say, by the way, that the review initiated the call that Derek White got off the little layup at the very end. It wasn't really even a layup. It was more of like a tough, like 3-foot jumper. Insane. Thank you so much, LP. I appreciate it. I really appreciate that from the bottom of my heart. I really do. I'm telling you, if the Sixers don't stop jacking up low percentage threes, the Celtics are going to get right back in it down the stretch. Use the clock, limit their darn possession, says Morty. And you know what? I'm going to tell you something else. I'm going to add on to your point. I need Joel Embiid again to continue to be on the block, and I need the 76ers to not take ill-advised jumpers. Just basically what you said. They got to kill the clock, but they also have to use the clock to their advantage when they have the basketball. That's really what it all comes down to. How do they continue to guard Boston with their threes? Do you understand, guys, that the Boston Celtics in this ball game are only shooting 31% from three? In the first game, the Boston Celtics, I'll tell it to you straight up, they shot 36% from three. In game number 2, okay, they shot 26% from three. They were 13 for 50. In game 3, they were ridiculous, okay? They shot 43% from three. That was their best shooting game that they had. And they were 23 for 47. In game 4 of this series, okay, they shot 45% from three. They actually shot the ball better in game 4, but they were 24 for 53. And in game 6, right? In game 6, the 76ers shot just 33% from three. They shot 29. And in game 5, the Boston Celtics shot 28% from three. So they have not shot the ball well from three over these last 3 games or so. Let's go, man. All right, here we go. 88-75 as the Sixers are going to stop on defense, and they're going to get the ball back on offense. Grimes got the rebound. Brown missed the 3, and it's Joel Embiid who gets it over on the left side of the free throw line extended. Now he wants to take on Queta. Bounce pass over to Edgecombe for a 3, and Edgecombe can't hit it that time. The guy just makes unbelievable passes, and he just sees the court so well. Hauser with a prayer, and he still got it off and still got it on in. It's a 10-point game. Do not let Boston back into this ball game. Hauser has connected on all 3 threes that he has made so far. That he has attempted so far. Grimes with a little loft over to Joel again. Embiid takes a couple of jab steps. Nearly lost the ball. 5 seconds left on the shot clock. He turns around, goes up for a 2. Got it swatted away by Derek White. And White is off to the races right now. White with a layup inside, and that's up, and that's on in. And it's an 8-point game. Oh, no. 10:25 to go in the 4th quarter. And the Sixers, Nick Nurse is trying to get his team back on offense and try to get them into their sets. It's Tyrese Maxey again, who has the rock over at the logo. Gives it back over to Grimes. Oubre cuts to the basket. Oubre for 2, and he's pushed and shoved. And he scratches and claws and will get himself a couple of free throws coming on up. They're showing a replay of Joel Embiid just taking a couple of really hard hits from this Boston Celtics team. It's an 88-80 game. Sixers are still up by 3 possessions. 89-80. Kelly Oubre Jr. just has 5 points in this one. And he has 3 rebounds as well. Foul shot number 2. He got it. It's a 4-possession lead.
Excellent.
90-80. White back over to Queta. A handoff to Jaylen Brown. Now back to Hauser for a tray. That's way off the mark. And an offensive rebound by Queta, and he still is able to make the 2. 9 minutes and 53 seconds to go in this fourth quarter. It's 90-82. VJ Edgecombe has it over at the logo of Boston. And it's Grimes back to Edgecombe, a wide open 3. And he holds his pose and can't make it. Couldn't get it to go there. The Celtics lineup, they have White, they have Queta, they have Hauser, Pritchard, and Brown. And Maxey swatted the ball away out of Brown's hands, and the ball goes on out of bounds, and it'll still be Boston ball. Oh, man. Let's go. 12 more minutes to go. Michael, what's up, Michael? How you doing? Let's go. What is up, Michael? I will give you a shout out for sure. Absolutely, man. 90-82. I just gotta. All right, we'll do it right now. JJ, huge fans, first-time listeners, long-time Phillies fans, in a bus back from Kentucky Derby with the boys, honoring our boy Jason for his bachelor party. We'd love a shout-out. Shout-out to Jason. Let's go! Brown with a 2 inside, puts it up and puts it on in, and now it's back to a 2-possession game. 90-84, 9:22 to go in the fourth quarter. And so the Boston Celtics fans starting to get back on their feet. And we'll see if the 76ers can close them out. 90-84 is the score right now. I'm going to take a very, very quick step off. Do not go anywhere. I will be right back in just a few moments. Shout out again to Jason. Shout out to Michael. Congratulations, Jason. All right, I will be right back. All right, 17 more subscribers for us to get to 9,900. If you are new to the channel, comment who you are down below. Welcome on into the Play-by-Play with JJ family. You guys are the absolute best. Anonymous with a $10 donation. Thank you so much for the 10. I appreciate you. And B Blazing as well with the 50 and the 50 from yesterday. Thank you so much, B Blazing. I appreciate you. Shout out to Michael. Shout out to Jason. Let's go. Moose Knuckles is here. What's going on, Moose? How you doing? How are you doing, my friend? We have 78 likes. 22 of you have not hit the thumbs up button either. Keep spreading the word. Keep showing the love. Absolutely. It's a 90-84 game. Derek White is 23. Jaylen Brown is 28. Pritchard has 10. Queta has 12. Hauser has 11. Hauser's been stepping up in the second half. He's made some big-time shots. Jaylen Brown trying to keep his team involved in the game. Sixers only up by 6 Each team still has 3 timeouts left to go. It's a 9-2 Boston run in the fourth quarter. Can the 76ers hang on? The boys just got hyped. I love the sound of that. That makes me so happy. You know, I would never forget, there was one time where we were doing a Phillies playoff game, and I believe it was like game 2 of the NLCS, and somebody sent me a video, and because there was a bar that was in Arizona, they like lost power, but they ended up finding a way to like get me on the TV, and they sent me the video, and as soon as I called Castellanos' home run, the whole bar was going nuts. It was insane. Oh, it was so cool. It's just, I mean, you just never know what it's going to be doing this. All right, so Embiid gets the inbound pass, and he gets it over at the elbow. Embiid for 2. Got it! Joel Embiid with a 2. 92 to 84. Here's a shot on the other side. The shot's up by Jaylen Brown, and that's no good. Joel Embiid providing the offensive weaponry over on the left side of the elbow, and then Boston was picking apart the 76ers defense. Jaylen Brown got hit, and he is hanging on to that left knee. He's sitting up. Hauser's right there. Derek White is also right there as well. And Brown wants help up from his teammates, and he's going to get that. 8 minutes and 55 seconds to go in this fourth quarter. 92 to 84. The Sixers are going to challenge this, I believe. It says on ESPN that the 76ers will challenge. There's a personal foul that was called on Paul George, and the refs are over at the scorer's table. So here is the question. George went down against Jaylen Brown. I believe that Paul George had his feet set. And if that's the case, that's an offensive foul. Joel's like, how's that not an offensive foul? And we'll see what the refs have to say about that. That's what the stoppage in play is all about. After a big Joel Embiid jumper, Jaylen Brown went down after being fouled on the drive. Brown was down for a minute. The Sixers challenged the play, and they think that Paul George took a charge there. Brown is walking. They have a close-up of him over at the scorer's table. He looked like that he got elbowed right into the guts, Paul George. So it's an official review, and let's see what the call is. So they call it a blocking foul on Paul George, and they also just gave Joel Embiid a technical, and Peyton Pritchard's going to go to the line to shoot a free throw. So Boston gets a free throw, plus they get the ball back. I don't really know if I agree with that call there. I'd like to know what they actually saw. 92 to 85, 8:55 to go in the fourth quarter. Embiid gets issued with a technical foul, and now Boston gets the inbound pass. 92 to 85, 8:50 to go in the fourth. White gets it for Boston. The 76ers providing a lot of tight windows on him. Queta for 2 inside. Got it, and he's fouled. Oh, no. Nehemiah Queta got a drop-off pass right over to him and was able to just float it up and in. Oubre got called for the foul. It was a good switch. Derek White, as he was trying to buzz his way past Oubre, there was no offensive foul that was called, and as he took a tumble to the ground, Queta got it, and he got fouled on the other side. 92 to 87, and the foul shot is good. It's now a 4-point lead for the 76ers. They were up by 8. Still 8:30 to go in this fourth quarter. Grimes back over to Embiid, and there's a foul on Jaylen Brown. He pushed Joel right to the ground. Pushed him right from behind, and Embiid got fouled by Jalen. The fact that they are putting Jaylen Brown on Joel Embiid and Nikola Vucevic has not even played at all in this game is unbelievable to me. Pritchard deflects the pass, and it goes out of bounds. It'll be Sixers ball. George gets the inbound, gives it over to Grimes, who's at the three-point corner on the left side. Now lofts it inside over to Joel Embiid. Embiid steps back, takes a two. It's no good. Not a good shot there by Joel Embiid. I don't know why he was taking that baseline J from about 13 feet out, but he did. It's Walsh, or White that is, who gets it over on the outside for the Boston Celtics. Jaylen Brown going up with a lot of contact inside, and he makes the two. And he's going to go to the line for one more as he got fouled by Paul George. Boston fans on their feet now. 92-90. It's been all Boston Celtics. 16-4 run in this fourth quarter so far. Oh, no. They have woke him up. Jalen at the line for one more free throw, and he got it. 92-91. Embiid got hurt again, but he comes back on up on the box out. George hands it off over to Maxey. Tyrese Maxey with a handoff back to PG again. Grimes at the top of the key. What's Grimes going to do? He'll bounce it to Embiid for a three, and Embiid knocks it down! 95-91. He took the three, and he was clutch with the three. White looking to pass it outside to somebody. Goes up with a shot inside. No foul called. Great defense by Maxey. And just like that, Derek White fouls Joel. 95-91. Tyrese Maxey stayed on Derek White and gave him no space at all whatsoever to operate downstairs. And Embiid got the board and a personal foul called on White. That's his third personal foul. 95-91. Still 7:09 to go in the fourth quarter. 7:23 to go, I should say. Excuse me. In the fourth. I was looking at the wrong screen. George gets it over on the left side. Swings it over to Oubre. Oubre back to Embiid. Embiid for two. No foul called there. White now has it and takes it towards the right side of the TD Garden sign. He'll hand it off to Jaylen Brown, who's being blitzed. Now has to fight through a screen and takes it over towards the elbow. It's Queta who gets it stripped by Embiid. Embiid almost came away with a steal. Queta still up with it. Goes up with a baseline J. That's up, and that's no good. Hitchcomb gets the rebound. Great defense by Joel. 6:45 to go in quarter number 4. Maxey has it again for the Sixers. Maxey working around the screen. Gives it to Embiid, who's at the top of the key. Another dribble handoff to Paul George. A behind the back bounce pass to Embiid for a three-point shot. That's no good. And Jaylen Brown gets the rebound. How come nobody went for that rebound there? That is unbelievable. 95-91, 6:20 to go in the fourth quarter. Brown inside. Brown gets called for a travel, and that's another offensive turnover for Boston. My goodness, gets called for a travel right there, and that could not have come at a weirder time for Boston. 6 minutes and 13 seconds left to go. Each team still has 3 timeouts left. It's Embiid over to George, a turnaround J for Paul George. He can't knock it down there. Brown gets the rebound. Brown takes it inside, tries to get past Edgecombe, swings it over to Hauser. Derek White for a wide open 3, and that one buzzes on in. 95-94, 5:45 left to play in the fourth quarter. It's 26 points for Derek White, and he is bowing out in this game. Tyrese Maxey over at the Celtics logo. Sixers only lead it by 1. 5:30 left to go. Maxey still has it, and he's being guarded by Jaylen Brown. Maxey wants to go. Now Hauser's on him. Steps back over towards the TD Garden sign. Takes it down the lane. Puts up a tough 2, and we have a foul called, I believe. 5:20 left to go. He had 3 defenders on him, and Tyrese Maxey was able to draw up a foul. It was a shooting foul on Nehemiah Skada. He came right from behind him, and he tried to swat the ball away, but he made contact with that right shooting hand of his. He did. Oh, my gosh. What a ball game. Energy is rising, and this is just one of those games that's just back and forth. Now, we have a challenge that's going to be provided by Joe Mazzulla. And this is big here. If he loses this challenge, then he loses a timeout. They only have 2 timeouts left. Boston is clearly thinking that they're going to win this challenge. Insane. Oh, man. All right. On a scale of 1 to 10, 1 not feeling good, 10 feeling great. Where are we, chat? We are 17 subscribers away from getting to 9,900. Typical Sixers game. I love it. Cardiac. The cardiac Sixers are back. The cardiac Sixers are back. What time is it? 9:45. Strawberry Girl says, I'm at a 9, or sorry, a 6. Michael says a 10. 10 out of 10, boys. Let's go. We're not done yet, baby. We're not done. No, no, no. Not today. Sorry, I had to get the little finger wagging. Shout out to Matumbo. The call is going to stand. Boston is down to 2 timeouts. And Maxey's going to get fouled. And he'll go to the line for 2. That is great news. I want to shut Boston's big mouth, says Grace. I feel you. This is so crazy. We had such a nice lead. And guess what? This is a 76ers game. This is welcome on in to tuning on into 76ers basketball. This is how the 76ers play basketball. They'll have a lead, and then they'll make it close, and it just comes down to the wire. This is 76ers basketball. This is a typical 76ers franchise game. It just is. It's just one of those games where you're playing against Boston, game's on the line, and it's just going to come on down to the wire. I should have expected this. I should have expected this. Absolutely. Anyone have the Flyers score? I can tell you this. The Flyers right now, as from what I see, as I put the game back on, it's now 3-0 Carolina. Carolina's making all the noise. Oh, man. We got 5s in the chat. Come on, let's keep going. Carolina scored again. It's now 3-0. Yeah. All right, 17 more subs, 17 more subscribers till we get to 9,900. I'm out, and Maxey is going to head to the line to shoot a foul shot. Actually, shoot 2 free throws. They were so certain that they were going to win that challenge, and now they're down to 2 timeouts. That is huge. Maxey's first foul shot. It's up, and it's on in. He got it. (96-94). 5:20 to go in the fourth quarter. Foul shot number 2 by Maxey. Bingo!
Excellent.
97-94 with 5:15 to go in the fourth quarter. And the Sixers have got to play big defense here. Jaylen Brown gets it. His defender is Paul George. Now it's Tyrese Maxey. Are they going to help? No. Brown looking for a 2, puts it up, and somehow puts it on in against Tyrese Maxey. 97-96 with less than 5 minutes to go. Boston's only down by 1. Jaylen Brown putting up an MVP-level performance, 33 points for Jaylen Brown. It's Maxey again trying to give it over to Joel Embiid, and we have another whistle called. Another whistle is called, and it's on Boston. And by the way, the 76ers are in the bonus, and so are the Celtics. Jaylen Brown just got called for his 3rd personal foul, and Embiid's going to go to the line. 97-96. Embiid said before coming on into this game, I'm tired of losing to them. 97-96, and the first foul shot is up, and it's good. Hello, can you hear me? Can't hear you anymore. Audio's going on in and out. Wait, can you guys hear me? Testing, 1, 2, 3. Hello? Oh no. Foul shot number 2, that's up, and that is good. 99-96. Can you guys hear me or no? 4:40 left to go. The Roadcaster's plugged on in. Here's White for a 3. That's up and that's no good. VJ Edgecombe gets the rebound. My audio's been fine. It's perfect here. Okay, good. All right, good. Great. Okay. 99-96, 4:23 to go in the fourth quarter. Don't know what the Roadcaster was doing. Out of my control. Joel Embiid swings it outside. Over to Edgecombe. Edgecombe to George. George to Maxey. What's Maxey going to do? Maxey goes down the lane. Gets a wide open window. Can't lay it up and in. Oh, no, but we have another foul called. Thank goodness. Or what is it, an Edgecombe turnover? Oh, no. What just happened? I thought that was maybe basket interference. What just happened? 99-96, 4:08 to go. And the Sixers, can they challenge this? What's going on? The refs are gathering together. So the refs are going to go over to the scorer's table right now. They thought that was basket interference on VJ Edgecombe. First of all, how did Maxey not make the layup there? He had a wide open lane. He couldn't even make the layup there. What the heck happened? 76ers are going to challenge this. I think that they called offensive goaltending on Edgecombe, but by the time that he caught that, the ball didn't even hit the rim. I don't know, chat. Oh, man. Nick Nurse is challenging the basket interference call on VJ Edgecombe. Maxey has to make that layup, though, dude. He has to make that layup. 99-96. Sixers, if they lose this, will only have 2 timeouts to go. What a creative and ingenious challenge. RB says you have to make that he does. He can't miss that layup. What was he doing? He had a wide open lane. I can't believe it. The call stands, and the Sixers are charged with a timeout. I don't even understand that either. Are they saying that he touched the net? Whatever. 99-96. Boston has the rock. Derek White has it. White is being blitzed by Paul George, and it gets deflected, but Jaylen Brown comes up with it. Brown down the lane. Brown looking to zip it outside to Derek White. White for the tie. It's up. It's no good. Another offensive rebound by Kada, but we're going to have a foul on the floor, and it's on Joel Embiid, and more free throws are going to come on up for the Boston Celtics. 3:49 to go. It's a loose ball foul on Hans. Come on, man. So it's a 99-96 game. And the first free throw by Queta is up, and it's on in. Derek White has 26 points. He's been stepping up for Boston. Queta has 16 and 9. He's been really good for them as well. 99-97. Boston's depth has outplayed the 76ers bench. And it's back to a one-point game. They're not going away just yet. 99-98. Edgecombe is going to take it up for the Philadelphia 76ers in a do-or-die game. Winner moves on to play the Knicks. Embiid taken downhill. Jaylen Brown. That's Embiid for a 2. And Embiid can't hit the floater inside. And Boston will try to get the lead here. Derek White has it over at the logo. White back over to Jaylen Brown for a 3 at the top of the key. In and out it goes. Oh my goodness. He didn't make the 3. Maxey gets the rebound. 3:13 to go in quarter number 4. There's still plenty of time. 3:08 to go now. Fourth quarter action. Maxey back outside to Embiid for a quarter 3-point shot. That's no good. Joel cannot hit the 3, even though he was wide open. Sixers still up by 1. 2:53 to go. It's Jaylen Brown. Foul line J. Jaylen Brown can't hit it. Oubre saves it. And George gets the rebound for the Philadelphia 76ers. Oh, man. 2:40 left in this fourth quarter. And it's Tyrese Maxey who gets the ball back for the Philadelphia 76ers over on the outside. He'll have to pass it over to George. George trying to take on his defender, and it's denied by Jaylen Brown as he went up with a layup inside. What a block by Jaylen Brown. That was ridiculous. Pritchard, wide open, 3-point shot. No good either. George gets the rebound again. Boston can't make any threes, and the Sixers just gotta make a bucket. 2:10 to go in the fourth quarter. Maxey has it for the Philadelphia 76ers, and he's trying to kill this clock. Now he speeds up, goes down the lane. The layup inside is good. 101-98. An outlet pass that goes to Hauser. Hauser lost it, but saves it from going on out of bounds. Jaylen Brown now has it. He secures it over at the TD Garden sign. And he'll take it back over to the top of the key. Jaylen Brown at the top of the perimeter being guarded by Tyrese Maxey. 5 seconds left on the shot clock. Brown steps back, goes up for a 2. That's no good either. Embiid gets the rebound. And just like that, 93 seconds to go. And Tyrese Maxey back out there with the Philadelphia 76ers getting the ball. Embiid is hobbling. He's still out there. He says, I'm fine. 1:20 left. A battle in this game between the both of these teams. Maxey down the lane. A layup again. Tyrese Maxey is on fire. 1:13 to go in the fourth quarter, and Tyrese Maxey taking over the show. White again has it over at the TD Garden sign. Sixers up by 5. White downhill, being guarded by Joel. What's White gonna do? White to Hauser for a tray. No good. Oubre rebound. Oubre over to Edgecombe again. 50 seconds to go. The Celtics have died by the 3 once more over the last 5 possessions. 43 seconds left. The Sixers trying to kill the clock. Maxey at the top of the key once more. Gets it towards the elbow. Off balance 2. No. Embiid. Can he save it? It goes out of bounds. 30 seconds to go in this fourth quarter. Embiid is giving it everything that he has. He's still hobbling. Oh my gosh. This guy is on one knee, giving it everything that he has. Brown with a tray. On the other side, desperation, no. Offensive board, White for a 3. That's no good either. 20 seconds to go. Maxey's fouled. The Sixers are 20 seconds away from moving on. The 76ers have been unbelievable on defense. They've been incredible. They've been unbelievable. And the Sixers lead it by 5. Embiid still grabbing on to that knee. He is just literally giving it everything that he has. 20.2 seconds left. Maxey at the line. He'll shoot some free throws. The first one is good. 104-98. Let's go. Oh my gosh. 104-98 Philadelphia. The Sixers trying to take a 3-possession lead on Tyrese Maxey's foul shot. Here it comes. Got it!
Excellent.
Tyrese Maxey is Superman in this fourth quarter during the closing minutes. But yet, took it right over to the cup. Tyrese Maxey has heart. Let's go, chat. My gosh. 19 more subs until we get to 9,900. I love Maxey, but he's got off on defense. Tyrese Maxey is putting the team on his back, though, over these last, 3 possessions. I don't know what else to say. Embiid is hobbling up and down, and yet he's still just playing with his heart and his soul. Gosh. All right, Boston's going to inbound it. Shireman gives it over to Hauser. Hauser for a 3. No good. Maxey gets the rebound for the Sixers. And a foul called again. 15.4 seconds left to go. 105-98. And Boston fans are silent. Let's go to the max. Maxey at the line. Foul shot number 1. Nothing but net. 106-98. Tyrese Maxey in this game has 29 points. He's looking for number 30. And he will get it with this free throw right here. Here comes the foul shot by Maxey. A 30-burger for number 0.
Excellent.
107-98. Boston on life support. It's Peyton Pritchard taking it down the lane, going up with a layup inside. It's up and it's good. 107-100. Edgecombe gets the inbound pass and he's going to get fouled with 8.8 seconds left to go. And it's just about walking the floor and getting some free throws. Embiid is over on the sideline. He's not going to come back on in, hopefully. A personal foul called on Hauser. Joel Embiid in Game 7, 34 points, 12 freaking rebounds for this guy on one knee, and 6 assists. The first free throw, Edgecombe got it. 108-100. Edgecombe has 23 points. He has 6 rebounds, and he has 4 assists. The second foul shot, and that one is good as well.
Excellent.
Pritchard steps back, takes a 3, airballs it. Maxey comes away with the ball. Philadelphia, they're going to New York, and they'll play against the Knicks. And Boston gets sent home. The 7th seed beats the 2 seed. And the Sixers, after they were down 3-1, they come back and win the series in Boston. Ring the bell, the Philadelphia 76ers win. Let's go.
Excellent.
Time to party it up. The Sixers win. That's unbelievable. I was wrong. I was wrong. I'm happy I was wrong about this team. I didn't think that they were going to win this series. I did not think that they were going to do this. I don't even know where to begin. I'm having an out of body experience right now, just watching what this basketball team completed. Do you realize that the 76ers were 0-18 when they were down 3-1 in a series? The Boston Celtics had never lost a 3-1 lead in a series, ever. And the Sixers beat them fair and square. And in the last two games, they were the better team. It got scary. It got dicey. But who in their minds thought that they were going to beat this Boston Celtics team? I'm shocked. And I could not be more proud of a unit like this. Think about where this team was coming on into February, going on into March, with all the guys that they were missing. Paul George got suspended for 21 games. He was out for a while. Joel Embiid was out for a while. And this unit, with the resiliency that they had against this Boston Celtics team, I can't process it. And I am so proud of the effort that they put out there on the court in this series. They got punched in the mouth in game 1. In game 2, they punched them right back in the mouth. I thought that was an admiration. Game 3, they had it in the bag. People said that was the series. That was it. They're done. They lost that game. Tatum took over in the last minute or so. They're done. And then they win game 4. I think that that's an admiration. And now it's a 2-2 series. They lose game 4. They got blown out in game 4. It's a 3-1 series. And then game 5 comes, and the 76ers are able to just absolutely dominate the Boston Celtics. In game 6, they dominated the Boston Celtics with Joel Embiid on the court. And tonight, it got wild. It came down to the wire. But when push came to shove, this basketball team stayed in there. Jaylen Brown, game on the line, 3 times, had to make a shot. Didn't do it. Tyrese Maxey misses a bunny. And then he comes away with 3 layups. He gets right over to the cup. And everybody said, there were people that doubted this guy that said he can't be a number 1 option. There were people that even said that Joel Embiid should not even come back in the series because Boston was playing at a fast level and the 76ers are better without Joel Embiid. Those people were wrong. I was wrong about this team. Who in their minds actually thought that they were going to beat the Boston Celtics? We said coming on into the series that the Celtics were the better team. And the 76ers in the last 2 games, I'm telling you, they were the better team. They were. I don't care if Tatum played or not. The goal was to win and move on and play the Knicks. And they did it. Gosh. I don't know. Joel Embiid rebounded tonight, 12 rebounds. When was the last time that we've seen Joel Embiid rebound? This guy was fighting for everything. I don't want to hear any more Joel Embiid slander ever again. I hear so many times Joel Embiid is just not like Joel Embiid can't get the job done. He can't show up in big games. I am so sick of it. I'm so sick of it. He said coming on into this game, I'm tired of losing to them. And he sure looked like he was tired of losing to them tonight. I'm stunned. I am proud. And I am just beyond thrilled for this basketball team. Boston should be really ashamed of themselves because they had this series and the Philadelphia 76ers snagged it away from them. Now there are We Want Boston chants breaking out of TD Garden. Jaylen Brown had his chances. And Jaylen Brown was really good in this game, but when the game was on the line, the person that showed up was Tyrese Maxey. The person that didn't show up was Jaylen Brown on those last 4 possessions. That's what people always say. People always say, where's Tyrese Maxey? He can't be a number one option. He can't lead a team to a victory. You do not win this game if it wasn't for Tyrese Maxey's ability to be able to score at the very end. You do not win this game without Paul George and his playmaking ability and the way that he was knocking down threes in that first half. This unit looked like an absolute team out there, and they played their hearts out, and they left everything out there on the court. They came out of the first quarter. They played the best defense I ever saw. And then in the second quarter, the second unit got killed. And then in the third quarter, they started off pretty strong. And then things got a little bit stale towards the beginning of the fourth quarter. Boston went on a 16-4 run. And the Sixers just all they had to do was just make sure that they could get the defensive stops that they needed. And then they needed the buckets. And they got the buckets when they needed them. It got a little stressful with Embiid putting up a three from the corner. We're like, what are you doing, Joel? What's going on? Why are we taking these bad shots? What is one word that you would use to describe that game, chat? Because I cannot feel what's going on in my body right now. I'm stunned, I'm happy, and I'm a little bit emotional. One of the best wins I've seen from this basketball team. Everybody said after game 3, that was the game. That was the game. They're done. They're done. A lot of people, Jack, wrote them off. I'm happy that you didn't. But, man, a lot of people wrote them off. They convince you that they have no heart, and then they show you this over these last 3 games. I'm stunned. I'm so stunned. I'm looking at this box score here, and I see Paul George. I know that it said that he had 13 points and he had 3 rebounds and 1 assist, but this guy was doing stuff that just didn't show up on the stat sheet, and he played so well. Paul George is not a number 1 option. He's a number 3 option, a very good number 3 option, and this guy's defense was just A+ again. His defense was so good. The way that he was getting involved in the offensive sets was incredible. And I thought that he really stepped up in the fourth quarter on defense once again. Jaylen Brown could not make anything against him. He just couldn't. When the game was on the line and the Sixers needed those big defensive stops, guess who was there on defense? Your $200 million third option or whatever, however much money you spent on Paul George. He was there. I don't know. Give me like 3 minutes just to process everything. Am I worried about Embiid? We'll get to that another day. I just want to embrace I want to embrace his play. People said Joel Embiid. I remember I got this comment the other day. The biggest what if might actually be Joel Embiid. There were so many what ifs when it came to Joel Embiid's health throughout his whole entire career. And this guy is playing on one knee. He comes back from an appendectomy. early, and he is just giving it his all. There were people that were questioning about Joel Embiid's work ethic years and years ago. And to be completely honest with you, I was also the person that said that Joel Embiid, I didn't think that he was going to retire, but I questioned if he was even going to see the basketball court ever again coming on into this year. I did. I actually thought that, is he really going to come back and play basketball ever again? Because this guy was getting so much heat for all the injuries that he had to put up with. And that doctor that treated him deserves a pay raise. I really didn't think he was going to play this year, coming on into this year. And just to see him jog up and down the court when I first saw him at the red and blue practice, I was shocked that he was just running up and down the court. I really was. To come back from an arthroscopic knee surgery like that, we've seen a lot of players end their careers from those injuries. It's unbelievable. Imagine being in Boston and New York in the same postseason, says Larry. VJ Edgecombe is the first rookie. I didn't even get to him yet. VJ Edgecombe is the first rookie in NBA history with 20-plus points, 5 rebounds, and 5 threes made in a Game 7. VJ Edgecombe was shooting the ball so bad in Game 5 and in Game 6 from 3. And this dude showed up when it mattered the most again as well. He had 6 rebounds. He had 4 assists. Do you realize that Tyrese Maxey in this game had 11 rebounds? Tyrese Maxey had 11 rebounds. 11. Grimes had 6 rebounds. Heart. Guts. What's one word that you would use to describe that game? They're buzzing, man. The boys are buzzing. Insane. Unrecognizable. Yeah. That's insane. All right. Give me 3 minutes to just let me wrap my head around what is going on right now, and I will actually give you analysis on Game 7, and we'll talk more about this because we got to go out and celebrate after this. Oh, we have got to go out and celebrate after this. The phone lines better be buzzing. I better hear people calling into this show. But give me another 3 minutes, and I will be right back. And we'll talk more about this. Great win. Unbelievable. And be right back.
graduated from Rowan University in the spring of 2022 with a sports communication and media degree. I got to actually call minor league baseball and G League basketball games while I was in school. And then I graduated, and as soon as I graduated, I went to NFL Films in Mount Laurel, New Jersey. And as much as I loved that experience, I miss putting on the headsets. I decided, you know what, talk is cheap. I have a laptop that's in my house, and so 21 months later, here we are, still on YouTube, calling games and building an incredible, loving community on here with the people that I call my Philly freaks with a capital P and a capital H. We go live for every single Phillies, Sixers, and Eagles game, and we do it like old school radio play-by-play style. I'm Jason Joseph, and this is Play-by-Play with JJ.
I showed a swung on barrel. Out to right field. Bye-bye baseball.
That baby is long gone.
Wow. They were down 3-1. They've never won a series before being down 3-1. They were underdogs, and they deserve to be the underdogs from the whole entire start. The series started when I was in the Bahamas, and I said, I'm talking to my cousin as I'm watching game 1 of the series at 1 o'clock on a Saturday afternoon, and we're both talking, and I said that they're getting swept. I said that I'd be shocked if they win one game without Joel Embiid. They get blown out game 1. They look like that they can't even compete with this Boston Celtics team. And you can go back to my post that I made on my community post. You can go back there. Game 2 happens. VJ Edgecombe's going off. Tyrese Maxey's going off. It's a beautiful thing. And the 76ers are able to steal one in Boston. That's really nice. That's awesome. Still not going to win the series. Game 3. They have a chance. And Jason Tatum takes on over in that fourth quarter as the Sixers turn the ball over. And Tatum was giving us flashbacks of Game 6 of 2022. 2023. With James Harden in the building. And I'm thinking that we just lost a Game 7. That's what it felt like. That's what it felt like in Game 3. Game 4 comes. They get blown out again. We're like, okay. We still don't really expect much. Like, we knew that Boston was the better team. But can they just show fight the rest of the way? Was the question that I had. And there's this guy who comes back on in to this series. And this guy became the first player in NBA history to score 100-plus points in a playoff series despite missing the first 3 games, thanks to OptaStats, by the way. And his name is Joel Embiid. And in Game 5, this guy takes on over, and he lures the defense in, and he is just unstoppable. Boston is putting Nikola Vucevic on him, and Vucevic can't do anything. Kata can't do anything. They start throwing the entire kitchen sink at that guy, and Boston could not adjust. Paul George starts to get the ball more. And it reminds me of when Jimmy Butler started to become the playmaker for the Philadelphia 76ers when they were playing against the Toronto Raptors. They took the ball out of Ben Simmons' hands, and the offense started to flow better with Jimmy Butler at the head of the helm. Joe Mazzulla couldn't adjust to that. And then Embiid got the ball downhill on the block, took advantage, posted up a lot of times, and yet helped them win Game 5 and Game 6. Tyrese Maxey showed up in Games 5 and in Game 6. And Paul George, from a shooting perspective, was putting on a three-point clinic, just hitting these step-back, unbelievable shots with Jaylen Brown, who's a really good defensive player. He was hitting these shots that were just ridiculous. And the 76ers turned into a team that looked like that they were a championship caliber team, playing on a championship caliber defense. Really. And then comes Game 7 tonight. This team in the first quarter holds Boston to 19 points, and they come out and they make a huge statement. Paul George is hitting threes. Joel Embiid is getting downhill. He looks like that he's going to go out there and get a triple-double with the way that he was going. And Boston just did not have an answer for him in that first quarter. The second quarter comes. We get very nervous with Andre Drummond out there because that second unit was so bad in the second quarter. We're also complaining, get Justin Edwards out. Get Justin Edwards out. And yet Joel comes back on in, and everything is fine. And the Sixers are able to withhold a lead, and they go up by 5 at halftime. They win the third quarter. They do a sensational job in the third quarter, come off firing out of the gates, just like what they did in the first quarter. And they go on this 10-2 run. Boston did not have control of this game. This was the 76ers game to lose. It just was. No Jason Tatum today, but you still thought that Boston was going to be a really tough out. Boston was only staying in this game because Derek White had a phenomenal first half and then just looked like he was scared. It looked like he was Terry Rozier. Do you remember when Terry Rozier, Boston fans, played against LeBron in Game 7 and went like 0 for 7 from 3 the year in 2018 when the Cavs ended up going to the finals? Terry Rozier was like 0 for 7 from 3. That's who Derek White reminded me of tonight. And I'm sure that he gave you guys flashbacks of that too in that second half. And the fourth quarter comes. Boston goes on this 16-4 run. And the Philadelphia 76ers decide, all we got to do is just play physical defense. Boston's playing very physical against the 76ers. We just got to out-physical them. And the Sixers were the mentally tougher team. They were the mentally stronger team. And they were also the better team. They were. Boston had the better roster. Boston had the deeper roster. But could your starting 5 get the job done? And the answer to that was yes. And with a player in number 21 who comes back on in and in 3 games consecutively gets 100-plus points and becomes the first player to do that, I don't want to hear the slander anymore on Joel Embiid. I don't want to hear it anymore. He said, I'm tired of losing to them. And he won. He won. He won fair and square. And played like an MVP caliber player while hobbling on one knee. All we wanted was fight. All we wanted was for them to just put up a tough series. For those people that said that Game 2 was it, I really want to hear like what your reactions are. Or sorry, game 3 was the one. A lot of people said game 3 was the one. Game 3 was the one that got away. I really want to hear what you guys have to say. I sort of blacked out a little bit during the last couple of minutes, so I can't fully even remember possessions. But I know that there were a couple of times where Jaylen Brown had the ball, and he just couldn't do anything. He couldn't hit a shot. And the Sixers clamped him down on defense, and even when he had a look, you were like, is that ball going to go on in? No. Their bench outscored you tonight 41-3. Your starters outscored them tonight 106-59. That's what they did. They actually thought, you know what? We're going to put Jaylen Brown on Joel Embiid. And we're not going to play Nikola Vucevic 1 minute tonight. That's what they did. They didn't play Nikola Vucevic 1 minute tonight. And they put Jaylen Brown on Joel. And at some points it actually worked. Because Embiid was getting a little bit frustrated out there. But then when he had to get in his spots again, Jaylen Brown just couldn't do anything to stop him. Jaylen Brown is just too small to guard Joel. I credit Joe Mazzulla for trying that, because that was like the last thing that they could just do. They couldn't continue to throw the kitchen sink at Joel Embiid because it was not working. You double team him, he'll find a way to pass it out of the double teams. I'm just stunned. Like, I feel bad because I'm processing this, and I'm supposed to be the one that's talking about this. I am. Like, that's like my job. My job is to break it all down. I don't know what I just watched. I can't comprehend it. You were down 3-1 in a series that you were not supposed to win. The Sixers were not supposed to win this series. They were not. And I will still say that Boston was the better team. They had the better roster. But the Sixers outplayed them. They outplayed them. And Peyton Pritchard, for all the trash talking that he did about how, well, it's just one player who's coming back on in. We just had to make a small adjustment when Joel Embiid came back on in. And then for everything that he said after Game 6, after Game 5, I'm just sick and tired of it. I'm so sick and tired of it. And now Boston's the one that's home. You were out rebounding them in that first half. Then they started to play better with the rebounding, and then it became even on the rebounding battle. But you were the mentally tougher team, and you played them fair and square, and you won. I could not be more proud of this unit. Nick Nurse was also, again, calling plays once more. Nick Nurse did an excellent job calling plays for this 76ers team. And the way that he stacked everybody's minutes tonight, his rotations were the best I've seen. I really liked his rotations. I did. I thought that they were awesome. We will get to chats in just a little bit. I obviously want to hear some quotes from Nick Nurse and from every other player. Obviously, I didn't even get to talk about VJ Edgecombe yet. Chat, VJ Edgecombe is a rookie. Chat, VJ Edgecombe was going out there in this whole entire series, even when he was getting frustrated, shooting the ball and missing his shots. This guy was getting back on defense. He kept his head down, and he was playing top-tier defense on Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. He was playing such great defense. If Jaylen Brown hits a step-back J on you, or if he hits a step-back 3 and you have a hand in his face, that's great defense. If he makes that, though, that's just better offense. You don't want him to get to the rim. Jaylen Brown was not getting to the rim that much. And that's because the 76ers did a great job closing off the lanes. If Jaylen Brown was ISOing and they had to rely on that, you were going to win. Tonight, he got contributions from Derek White and from Nehemiah Skada, and the role players stepped up. They did. Those role players stepped up until the very end. They ran out of gas. That's what it came down to. They ran out of gas, and the 76ers just had a little bit more oomph than they did. That matters. 30 points for Maxey, 11 rebounds, and 7 assists. And give this guy credit, too. I still don't like how he missed that bunny. He has to make that layup. He has to make that layup. But to his credit, I think that fueled him. I do. I really feel like that at the end of the game when he was just running down that lane and just laying it up and on in, switching hands. Gosh. He was a magician. This guy's crossover, step back, mid-range. It looks exactly like Allen Iverson. It just does. And then he pulls up from outer space and hits a Steph Curry shot off the dribble, nothing but net. This guy can get it done. We've seen him so many times in the brightest of lights. He's one of the best guards in the NBA. He just is. He is one of the best guards in the National Basketball Association, and it's time for people to start recognizing that. But VJ is a rookie, and yet he's looking out there like he's a veteran. We will get to Game 1 of the New York series another day. Another day. I don't want to talk about that tonight. I want to hear from my chat. I want you to call on in, 610-314-0844, and I want you to tell me what is going through your mind as you watch the 76ers basketball team during this whole entire series. What was on your mind after Game 1? What was on your mind after Game 2? All the way up until this game. Did you actually think that they were going to win this series? Be honest with me. Be completely honest with me. I'm happy to admit that I was wrong. I'm so happy about that. And I'm proud. The job's not done. They still have another mission left to accomplish. And they should feel like, dang, they have another series. But we haven't had a good thing happen in a long time, and we lose the emotional series. We lost an emotional one to the Toronto Raptors. We lost an emotional one to the Atlanta Hawks and to the Boston Celtics a couple of times. Finally, we beat the Celtics. Call in 610-314-0844, please. Make sure that you guys do that right now. We're going to be taking some phone calls. I see that 267 just called. Call back, my friend. Call back, because I really want to know what's going through your mind after this. I didn't even take the gifts off. And I would do it right now. There it is. Game 1, MSG. $267. I am at a loss of words. I don't know what else that there is to say. I feel like I just watched something and I just cannot process what life is right now. Please talk to me.
JJ, I'm so happy, man. I'm so happy. JJ, the only thing upset me really bad, man. At the end of the game, we get ready to take the game. Bad, man. He gave like 3 people.
Oh, wait, I can't hear you. You're a little bit away from the phone.
Okay, can you hear me now?
I can hear you a little bit better. Yes, sir.
Okay. Maxey was taking over the game, man, at the end, because he knew Embiid was hurting, man. He couldn't give no more, man. And Maxey, I take my hat off to him. He played like it's a Mike Tyson. He played like a monster.
He did.
Mike Tyson said, you ever heard of the monster? The monster was Maxey.
Yeah.
He felt bad for Embiid, man. He turned it up. He turned it up, JJ.
He did.
And I didn't like what Nick Nurse did at the end of that game, man. Embiid was laboring so bad, and Nick Nurse didn't even call a timeout, man, and give him some breath, give him a break, man.
You know,
He never got Bona off the bench, JJ. We was getting ready to lose that game in the early fourth quarter when what's his name, Drummond was getting abused by that guy Quinter.
Yeah, he was.
And they was coming back. Our 18-point lead went disappeared.
Yep.
But Embiid never gave up the ghost, man. I take my hat off to Embiid. I take my hat off to Maxey. I take my hat off to VJ. I even take my hat off to Oubre. He had his moment.
He did.
But Paul George, JJ, I'm disappointed in Paul George, man. He didn't step up nowhere near like he did in Game 6. He was getting roasted. Paul George was getting roasted. He was getting roasted.
I still thought that defensively, though, he was playing at a very high level, though. Like, I have to give him that. Like, I didn't think that offensively he was as good.
No, he wasn't nowhere near as good. But JJ, just give me your opinion. Why didn't he see that Drummond was getting cooked and taking when they switched to that zone, we was having problems.
See,
we was having problems.
I would have been okay if he would have tried to go to a Den Bona for maybe 2 minutes, and then if Bona is just, like getting beaten as well by Keita, then you just like throw your hands up, like you try it for a couple of minutes because Drummond in the first half was getting eaten by the guy, and so why not try? Why not try? Just do it for 2 minutes. Like, have a very quick leash on a Den Bona. And if he's getting blown by on 2 possessions in a row, goodbye. He's done.
Right.
So, you have to be very quick there. That's what I don't like
about Nick Nurse. He don't try stuff. He's got pieces on his bench, man. But he don't use them. He won't try Jabari Walker. He won't try the other boy, the other big guy. I can't never think of his name.
267. Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Do you think that when Tyrese Maxey missed that bunny, do you think that fired him up inside? Because I really do.
I do.
He should have had that layup. And then the basket interference call, that was a ticky-tack call. Whatever. It is what it is. But I really was just so proud of the resiliency that Tyrese Maxey showed, because Boston couldn't hit anything. And it actually, do you know what it made me think of? Call me out if I'm wrong, but do you remember the 2016 finals in Game 7 when both the Warriors and the Cavs couldn't score for like 7 minutes in a row?
Yeah.
For 3 minutes, it felt like that. And then Maxey just took over.
Took over. He took over like Rover.
He did.
Woo, woo, woo. JJ, he loves Embiid, man, and he could see how much Embiid was given. He didn't even have the strength to keep going down into the pit. That's why he started shooting them threes.
I'm so tired of the Joel Embiid slander. I am so tired of it. Look, I'm done with it. This guy,
they better not slander my man no more, because he said, I'm tired of losing to them.
He did. He did. And I'm going to be honest with you, 267. I didn't think that Joel Embiid coming on into the season was going to even sniff a basketball court again. I really didn't feel – I really felt that way.
Me neither, JJ. I thought we were just going to go by the wayside, man. But when he came back in that game and had 33, I said, oh, boy. He said, I ain't going out like that.
Gotta love the brother.
Man, I'm just so proud of him, man. I'm so proud of them. I mean, I'm proud of all of them, man. But you know, how do you feel about the next series starting that quick? They don't even giving us like 3 days off.
No, it's Monday, man.
No way.
Monday, yeah.
Is it Monday or Tuesday?
It's probably going to be Monday because there's 2 Game 7s tomorrow. So
I guess my son didn't know what he was talking about because he said Tuesday. But even Monday or Tuesday, man, I think that's
a little soon.
In between.
They could play Tuesday.
Yeah, I think that's really too soon, man.
Nope. They're playing Monday at 8 o'clock. Monday at 8 o'clock.
Oh my God, it is Monday?
It's Monday at 8 o'clock. Sixers Knicks.
That's terrible, man.
Yep.
That's terrible. And, you know, I was looking at the game in the first half. In fact, the first quarter, when the Sixers went up for like 15 and 16, and you could tell Boston was befuddled. They was befuddled, man. They didn't know what to do.
They didn't know what to do at all. No, it's absolutely crazy.
Mazzulla was trying to pull a rabbit. He was trying to pull a rabbit out of his hat. And when he went to that, he switched to that zone. Nick Nurse didn't do nothing, man. He didn't know what to do. He just watched the league go from 18 all the way down to 2.
Yep. 267. Thank you so much for coming on in, man.
I got confidence in Embiid. I got confidence in Maxey. I got confidence in all the guys, man. But I don't have confidence in Nick Nurse, man. I just don't. I'm sorry. He won't use his bitch. He won't try other stuff. Like you said, even if he had to try Bona for a couple of minutes, 5 minutes or 2 minutes or 3 minutes, to see what he could do better than what Drummond was doing. Because Drummond, he was getting that boy was eating him up like Godzilla.
I hear you, man. 267, I love you so much, man. My friend. I have to get going.
Brother, all right, brother. I appreciate you, man. And listen, I'm gonna get some information from you about the charity thing because I want to send you an offering for your brother.
Thank you so much, 267. I appreciate you. I really do.
All right, brother.
And be sure to email me. Be sure to email me Be sure to email me once you do make the donation because I've been trying to tell people I want to make sure that I send out thank yous because that really means a lot to me. You know, really.
Absolutely.
So.
Absolutely, brother.
Love you, man.
All right. I hope they change that Monday to Tuesday.
I hear you. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.
All right, man. Oh,
shout out to 267, man. If anybody else wants to call on in, you most certainly can. Wow. I always love it when people call on into the show, and when 267 calls on in, I always get fired up. Because 267 loves to keep it for real. He does. And look, I'm going to disagree a little bit on the Nick Nurse stuff. Like, while I agree that it would have been nice for him to try using a Dembona going on into the fourth quarter and maybe try to, give them a little bit more physicality and give Embiid a little bit of, if Embiid was going to get a little bit of rest, like, you have to try something new, because Andre Drummond was getting eaten alive by Nehemiah Skata. He just was. Nehemiah Skata was just doing a really good job against Andre Drummond. He was owning him. He was. But I do have to say that the play calling that Nick Nurse was making in this game was good. They're running plays now. They're running sets. There's motion in the offense, guys. There is. So when I'm looking at it from an X's and O's perspective, I had to rewatch Game 6. And I'm like, look at all these backdoor cuts. Look at all the ball movement fluidity that this team is providing you. Now, obviously, when Joel Embiid comes back out there, he draws up double teams, and he's just able to ping it out over towards the top of the key, and the ball is able to swing around the timeline. But then I'm watching not just catch and shoot threes. I'm watching guys actually move with the ball, and then they're being very deceptive, and they're trying to find the open man, or what they are doing as well is they're also trying to find somebody downhill on the block like Paul George to ISO. In Nick Nurse's style, isolations can work, but you have to have the players that can thrive with that. Tyrese Maxey can ISO. VJ Edgecombe can ISO. Joel Embiid can ISO. And even though we don't like it all the time, he still can do it. And Paul George can also isolate as well. It works when these players are out there. But I agree, though, that when it comes to maximizing the depth, Nick Nurse doesn't necessarily try new things or implement new things. But also, and this is what we're not thinking about, part of that problem, too, is a Daryl Morey problem. It just is. Getting rid of Jared McCain was bad. Where's Campaign now? Where is he? 610-314-0844. I feel most happy for Joe and Paul. I am so proud of Joel Embiid. You could see him on the court with Arthur and Tyrese Maxey right next to him. And 267 actually did he said it correctly. Look at how much fun Tyrese Maxey has playing with Joel. We talked about it before, and we were like, can they just stay healthy? Because that is a really good 1-2 punch. And then, look at that, man. VJ Edgecombe with Joel Embiid out there, too. Like, 3 different timelines, and these guys are just playing and creating magic together. They're creating magic. They love each other. No team loves each other like them. That's when we fell in love with the Philadelphia Phillies in 2022, and that's what we love about this Flyers team. That's exactly what we love, because they love playing with each other, and they just act like that they are just a family. That's how they're acting. Why should we believe in you? They are playing like a unit. They were playing terrible defense against the Memphis Grizzlies. they would have let up 140 points. Do you remember the one game this year where they're playing against the Chicago Bulls? They let up 153 points. And then they also had a 30-point lead in one game, and then they just blew it at the end, and the Bulls won that game too. We had to sit through that garbage. Those were the types of games that we had to sit through, where they would be losing by 50, losing by 40. No Joel Embiid, no Paul George. Tyrese Maxey was out for 3 weeks. And you just never knew who was going to be in the lineup every single night. We had to sit through that garbage. Why should we believe? We've been down this road so many times. And with the heart that they showed us in this series against the Celtics, and with them getting the job done, look at these crowds out at the Xfinity Mobile, out at the Xfinity Live. Look at all these people that are in the streets right now in Philadelphia just celebrating over a win against the Boston Celtics. Look at them. Insane. And then VJ's 5 years, think VJ 5 years, his body fills out, says B Blazin. Bona and Drummond get no respect from the refs. Immediate fouls were called. And Bona didn't even play tonight. And you know what? I don't really think, this might sound crazy, but I think that Joe Mazzulla ran out of options. I do. The Celtics lived and died by the three, but at the same time, who could stop JoJo? They didn't have an answer for him. Joel Embiid has help. He does. With his other three stars around him. The depth still concerns me, and we'll talk about that another day. But this, in my opinion, was not supposed to happen. Good for them. We come back down 3-1. Nice job, Nick Nurse, keeping them together. You were down 3-1, and your star player comes back and pretty much in his last 3 games scores 100 points. And we're not talking about his rebounding. We're not even talking about his rebounding, guys. Because Joel Embiid was rebounding at a high level. He said, I know I sound like I'm a broken record, but he said, I'm tired of losing to this team. I loved that quote. And somebody better make a shirt that says that. I'm tired of losing to this team, and it's like an X over Boston. That's a really cool design. They're unbelievable. And they should feel good, but they still have a job to do, and they got to get ready for Monday. They have to get ready for Monday. We'll talk about them tomorrow night. We'll have a podcast coming on into the next series because that starts Monday. Got to be ready for the quick turnaround. I don't know what's going to happen with Joel. He was really limping badly, man. I'm so stunned. Go back and watch my whole entire reaction of after the game. I got to cut some highlight calls. I've been a busy man. It's been a crazy, crazy week for me. And I'm giving it my all, man. But I love you all so, so much. Any quotes that I wanted to say? It is 11:06. CC Sabathia. CC Sabathia tweeted out an hour ago. So happy for Embiid, man. What a warrior. Joel Embiid, 3 weeks. This is from Ray Dunn on 97.5 The Fanatic. Joel Embiid, 3 weeks after an appendectomy, led the Sixers to 3 consecutive wins against the Celtics, playing some of his best basketball. He put them in a position in Game 7, and Tyrese Maxey put them over the top with a tremendous closing effort. What a world. ESPN Insights. Tyrese Maxey and Joel Embiid are the third duo in NBA history to each have 25, 10, and 5 in a Game 7. Joe Mazzulla on what made the difference in the Celtics series against the Sixers. What changed in the series was Joel Embiid came back, said Joe Mazzulla. He looks so angry. He looks so mad. This is the last thing I'll read, and then I'll get to some more analysis. Nick Nurse on VJ Edgecombe. VJ Edgecombe came out at halftime, Nick Nurse said, and said, I got White. White was cooking, and I think he had 2 points in the third quarter. Those are the things that make a big difference in these games. I saw VJ Edgecombe guarding Derek White in that third quarter very, very well. Every time that he was on him, it was pretty much brick. And then when Derek White had open looks in that fourth quarter, he looked like he was out of sync. This guy's a rookie. He is just a rookie, man. Unbelievable. The Sixers won 3 playoff games in Boston from 1983 through Game 1 of this series. They won 3 in the span of 12 days. Unreal. Calling in. 610-314-0844. Keep calling on into the show. What an effort. GF Servant, thank you so much for coming on in here, man. All love and respect to you, my guy. All love and respect. The Celtics did show heart. The Sixers showed heart, too. This was a great series. As a basketball fan, this was a great series. Even when the Celtics beat the Sixers in 2022, 2023, I obviously couldn't stomach it as a Sixers fan. It was a great series, though. The Sixers don't win emotional games like this. It's so rare that we've been able to witness something like this as Philadelphia fans. I know Jason Tatum was out tonight, but that's a heck of a Boston. That's a heck of a Boston team. That's a heck of a win in Boston. Yeah, it was. It was. And Joe Mazzulla was right. Embiid came back on into the series. And that was the adjustment. And you know, that's fine. They didn't have an answer. And shout out to Josh Reynolds. Josh does an awesome job for 97.3 ESPN. They tried Queta. Didn't work. They tried Garza. Didn't work. They tried Gonzalez. Didn't work. They tried Vucevic. Didn't work. They tried the zone. Didn't work. They tried doubling. Didn't work. They tried Jaylen Brown. Didn't work. Joel Embiid was unstoppable. We're going to take another phone call. 857, what's going on, man? Shout out to you for tuning on in. Thank you so much for calling on into the show.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, this is God-fearing servant, actually.
What's going on? How you doing?
That you just see. I'm good, man. Yeah, I just wanted to comment on what I saw in the game. You know, first of all, congratulations to Philly finally for, beating Boston and all that. You know what I'm saying?
Thanks, man. I appreciate you.
Yeah, no problem. But, yeah, so what I saw in the game, Embiid came back and all that, but, like, what the Celtics did wrong in the game, they allowed the others to go off, like Edgecombe, like just hitting threes, letting them just hit threes and all that stuff. That's what happened in the game. And B can drop his 40, but you can't just let Edgecombe and all these others, maxey, just hit. They didn't play hard enough, and they got out tough by Philly. So that
correct.
And also they made silly mistakes throughout the whole series, like Tater getting in foul trouble. You don't know how to really play defense and all that. So all those silliness, all those things add up in games, and Philly out-toughed them and outsmarted them, and that's what happened in the series.
I agree, and I have to say, I actually am really happy that you brought up that point, because when we've played Boston in the past, Boston always said, you know what, like, we're going to let Joel Embiid try to get his, even though, yes, you had Al Horford, and Al Horford was an Embiid stopper. But I also really thought that a lot of times, too, that when the Sixers played against Boston, they never threw the kitchen sink at Joel Embiid because they kept Tyrese Maxey in check, or they kept their other guys that they had in check, too. And they said, you know what, if Embiid's going to get his points, that's fine. And I'm wondering, and I don't know how you feel about this, but do you think if Brad Stevens was coaching, do you think that he would have had a different game plan than Joe Mazzulla?
I mean, yeah, because Brad Stevens would have. He's a smarter coach. Mazzulla finally figured out, let's do a 3-2 or a 2-3, right? But Brad Stevens would have done that earlier, and you can't. And the whole perimeter defense that the Celtics play, they always get killed on those. Like, even when they lost against Golden State, right? Like, they're just allowing, these threes. Like, hey, like, you can't let them do it. You can't just let a team just shoot wide open threes over and over again as a professional. It just doesn't make any sense, So, but yeah, if Brad Stevens, I think is a better coach than Mazzulla. Like I said, even the year the Celtics won that championship with KP and Holland, they got gifted a championship, right? Like, it wasn't Mazzulla doing this great coaching stuff, It was KP, Drew Holiday, and Al Horford. Like, because Tatum and Brown plays good defense. Tatum plays okay defense, but, like, they're not, like, these great, like, hey, I'm going to stop you defenders, right? The Celtics the Celtics historically are known as a defensive team first.
Absolutely.
If they don't do that first, then the other teams are going to beat them. If they don't out-tough the other team, the Celtics, then they're going to lose. You see what I'm saying? Like 9 times out of 10, because it's not the Celtics history. It's not about scoring, right? The Celtics can always score. That's not the problem. It's the defense. It's the grit and the grind. That's what the Celtics are. And if they don't have that, then other teams are always going to beat them,
I'm really happy that you brought up that point, because I feel like that's really important to also bring up too, because again, like, coaching does matter. And I do have to say, from just an X's and O's perspective, obviously rosters really matter, like roster construction. And I still thought that Boston, and I don't know if you agree with this or not, I still thought that Boston was the deeper team. I thought Boston was the deeper roster. And I thought that Shireman and even guys like Derek White, like the Philadelphia 76ers don't have a deep bench at all. You could definitely see that in the series, that they just don't have a deep bench.
Mm-hmm.
But the 76ers were mentally stronger. I thought that they played a very good, like, mental toughness type of a game. I thought that even tonight, when both teams just couldn't make a shot, like when Jaylen Brown tried to ISO at the very end, like he came up small. He had a great game. He had a really good regular season, but he came up small there. And Tyrese Maxey took on over even after he missed that bunny, even after he missed that layup. He scored and he played really, really well.
Yeah. The Celtics, they just did. Philly wanted it more, right? Like Philly wanted the game more, you know. Like even though you think the Celtics were playing hard this game, right? Yep. Harder this game than games before, they still weren't playing even hard enough, right? Yep. Like they were shooting, like for example, that shot that Hugo tried to shoot, that 3-point shot in the corner when the lane was wide open to go dunk the ball. You see what I'm saying? Like these players forget they can still go to the hoop and get in one, right?
Absolutely.
It still counts for three, and it stops the clock, So there's a lot of good things that happen when you go to the paint. It's like you learn this stuff playing like fifth grade ball, It's not rocket science, but they just want to keep chucking threes,
Yep.
Like when Paul Pierce was playing and stuff like that. Paul Pierce can shoot threes and all that, but no, what's he going to do? He's going to go to the paint, and someone's getting dunked on, and it's going to be an N1. That's right. The Celtics. Not, let me just shoot a three. No, that's on some wimp stuff. And because they were wimps, that's why they lost. And that's my theme. But I'm going to call it out like it is. You know what I'm saying? But yeah,
I hear you loud and clear.
I'm gonna call it like it is. I'm gonna call it like it is. If I see them, if I see them on the street, I'll be like, yo, y'all play like sissies. Y'all got out tough against Philly. That's really why y'all lost. It wasn't because they were better scorers or because of embiid and stuff like that. Y'all got out tough by them.
Absolutely.
Y'all got bullied by them, and they were the tougher team. Like in the playoffs. Like everybody can score, but it's about toughness and about making less mistakes than the other team.
Absolutely.
Like it's about toughness and about making less mistakes. You can do those two things, then you look good. But I don't know. I'm looking to see how y'all do against New York though. I don't know.
It's gonna be a tough series,
but we'll see.
But 857, thank you so much for calling on in. I really appreciate it, my friend. Call back on in anytime. I always love talking sports with whoever it is. I don't care whoever fan it is. I'm the type of person where we might not agree on rooting for the same teams, but at the end of the day, man, it's all love. It's all love, and I appreciate you for coming.
For sure.
I appreciate you for calling on in. I really do. For
sure. Respect. I respect, I'm glad that they won one and, now they have the opportunity to, advance, Yep. So we'll see what happens. But, thank you for letting me on. Thank you for the opportunity, brother.
Of course. Anytime. We're going to take another phone call. We're going to do another one. We got 317 over on the line. 317, can you hear me?
Hello, camera guy. Hello.
What's going on, man? How you doing?
This is Caleb from Indiana, but you may know
Caleb, what's going on, Caleb? How you doing? What's up?
I'm here to talk about how the Pacers should be in the playoffs and how they rightfully need to usurp the Boston Celtics because clearly the Boston Celtics did not want to attempt to be even in these playoffs. So,
Caleb. Man, first and foremost, before you get to your point, first and foremost, I gotta thank you so much for not only coming on here and for donating $100, but but for spreading the word and getting Tree and for getting Grassi. I really appreciate you, man. At first, when I didn't see that, I was like, dude, what the heck? Like, that's... I felt so bad. So I had to find you. I had to find you on Twitter, and I had to make sure I reached out.
I want to know. How did you find me? How did you find that esoteric Twitter that I barely...
Because I was thinking, you know, like, okay, like urinating Tree, like intern Caleb, you know, and for some reason, like when I searched it over on Google, like that one came up, and I'm like, that has to be him, like that has to be him. So I was like, that has to be him, and I was gonna DM you, and then I saw I couldn't do it, so I was like, you know what, I don't care, like, you know, whoever sees this, but I really wanted to make sure that I thanked you. Like, this whole week was just unbelievable for me, and I had such a blast. I am still obviously processing everything that's been going on, but you really helped make my week, and I am just forever grateful. Forever grateful.
You deserve to play that MVP sounder, not for me, but for yourself. You were the one who's been on here, I'm pretty sure, 70 of the last 72 hours. Breaking down the greatness of the Philly sports, all right?
Yes.
Keep going, JJ.
Thanks so much. I appreciate you,
There are
Caleb.
so many people on this platform that are about themselves, okay? So before I worked for Tree, I worked for Fox Sports. I worked for Sirius XM. And one of my favorite things is the fact that this platform is really about you and not about you being the son of a Fox Sports exec member, if you catch my drift. So keep going, JJ.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
Keep going. And next year when the Pacers and the Sixers play in the ETFs, obviously you know who I'll be rooting for. But, man, I actually saw Embiid in person. That was the one game I paid to go see. The Pacers were awful.
Really?
So I got a ticket like 10 rows from center court for about $100.
Oh my gosh!
During the season, that's how bad they were. Yeah. So I saw Embiid, and look, man, I think we're roughly the same age. So I still remember when Embiid was out for like 2 years of those leg injuries, and people thought he wasn't going to be anything. And it is insane to think about that to where he is now, where I saw him. And granted, this is in Indianapolis in February, which I know very exciting because we're talking about, you know, the Sixers are in the playoffs. But Embiid is the most effortless scorer I think I have ever seen in the 20-something years I've been watching pro basketball, JJ. I'm not sure how you feel about him, but he scored 25 against the Pacers. And I was like, how did he score 25? I didn't even realize. And I really think that's what Boston clearly didn't take that into account either, right? They didn't at all. They wanted to shoot under 30% from three because they were scared of Embiid.
This guy literally has an appendectomy, and he comes back like within 2 weeks, and this whole thing, like, you don't do that. Joel Embiid, you know, comes back from an arthroscopic knee surgery where a lot of players retire and they are never the same from that. And I was shocked. Like, I got to go see him at the red and white practice that they had. It was an open practice that they did. The Sixers do it every year at the Blue Coats facility, and it was an open to the public practice. And I saw him out there on the court, and I'm like, I am shocked to see him playing basketball. Really? Like, I was so shocked to see him play. And the fact that, like, the fact that this guy could just, like, get up, like, and not even practice with the team and just show up, like, 5 minutes beforehand and just still put up 26, 27 points, he could do it in his sleep. I've never seen anything quite like it either, Caleb. I really haven't.
Like, Tim Duncan, like, he kind of reminds me of Tim Duncan, where the fact he kind of lulls you into a 25-point game, you're like, whoa. How the hell did that happen? But, you know, It's awesome that he's in Philadelphia and, you know, and not in Charlotte, where he's at least in a fan base that will appreciate him. And definitely have a couple jerseys in some man and she caves throughout all of Philadelphia and southern Jersey here.
I love that.
But I don't want to take up too much of your time, man. I just want to call and introduce myself in actual vocal form.
I appreciate that, man.
rather just a text box with an old mentor of mine as a profile picture. No, man, you did awesome. You're going to do another charity stream in the near future, JJ.
I would love to. I would absolutely love to. I had plans on doing some more. You know, I would like to do some more this year. I did one for FD last year, but it was, you know, like I did it for like 6 hours. This year I wanted to, I actually did it. So the way that I did it last year was I told people like 3 weeks in advance and I posted it on social media. But then this year, because I was getting really close to 10,000, I thought like when I was in the Bahamas, I thought that it would be like a really cool thing to just, you know, do it for him. Like, you know, just do it for 48 hours because I felt very refreshed from going to this, you know, from going to this wedding. My cousin got married in the Bahamas. And
Congrats.
I
was going to ask
thank you.
Vacation already.
Thank you.
Congratulations to your cousin.
I appreciate
Mazel
that.
tov.
Yes, thank you. But I thought, you know, like it would be so cool to just be able to just do this because, you know, I'm not getting to 10,000 if it weren't for him. And I was going back and forth with myself on how I was going to do this. Plus, I was obviously streaming at the same time. But I was like, how am I going to do this? What am I going to do? And it was all just like, you know, just staying dedicated to the craft while also just trying to think ahead and trying to, you know, put others before myself. That was a really big thing. But I definitely in my mind like had ideas for other charity streams, and I still do that I would like to do this year because I feel like it's so important to be able to give back to other people who aren't as fortunate as me. And just to be able to build a community on here where we can get other people to just be able to buy into something that's bigger than sports. Like I come from a broadcasting background and I went to school for broadcasting, but like I see that on here that this is bigger, you know, like I'm an influencer, I'm not a broadcaster anymore. And there's a difference.
It's so weird, right? Like because also same as you, I was classically trained in media. Where to see that change to go from TV broadcaster that your grandpa would watch while falling asleep on the television to what it is now, some Zoomer in the chat, right? It's insane to see the change of media. Well,
it's crazy.
You do a tremendous job, man, and maybe one day I'll get to hear about these other crazy media stories. It sounds like you used to work in media as well from the sound.
Yeah.
Maybe in Atlantic City. I guess we'll find out in due time. But cheers, JJ.
Cheers to you too, Caleb. I'm sending you a big hug, man. I appreciate you. I hope you feel this.
With the cat here. I got a cat, so I'm sending my cat purring as well to you.
Let's go. Caleb, you're the man. I'll talk to you later, brother. I love you.
Feeling you. Love you, JJ. Keep up the good fight, man.
Yes, sir. Shout out to Caleb. I know you said to play this for myself, but I have to play this for Caleb. I am just blown away with how things have gone this week. It's just insane. Absolutely unbelievable. And I don't even know what else to say. I think we should just end it right there. I really do. I am the luckiest person. And I just want to continue to try to do more good on here. That's like what's really important. I love radio. I love TV. And the mediums are so cool. But there is just something about this community that's just like, it's just like magic. It really is. And when you're in it and you just want it so badly, like you want to be able to help other people and you want to be able to do more good things, the world is your oyster. So, but to tie it all back together, Butterfly, love you. What's up, Butterfly? Chris also here. What's up, Chris? Ryzen Rhino says, let's go Knicks. By the way, guys, if you are new to the channel, please go subscribe to Ryzen Rhino. He covers a lot of football on his channel. That's my guy. I love Ryzen Rhino so much. He's been here with me. We've been both growing together since day one, and to the moon for Rising Rhino. So, that's my guy too. I'm lucky. And the 76ers, this basketball team, it's been such a magical journey to be on and watch them thrive. All right. Without further ado, I am going to go get a beer, and I'm going to go celebrate. We got an early one tomorrow, chat. 1:35. I probably should make the thumbnail. Probably should get that stuff done, but I need to celebrate first. And then we're back at it. On to the next one, man, as Jay-Z would say. With that, Lila Tove, have yourself a great rest of your night. Go Sixers. And I will catch you all tomorrow for the next Phillies game. Take care.